Hi guys, my name is Alice, and welcome to the Lost Caravan. We do one shots, miniseries, and long running campaigns. If it is TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Did not fully read this, but again, my name is Alice, and you can usually find me online at Alice Hart or Hellion Hart if the adult film actress has not taken that yet. um, Tonight we are playing Decay and Bloom. It is a little lasers and feelings hack about restoring nature from almost complete destruction. Before we introducing tonight's guest, we just have to get through a few announcements. As you probably know, tonight begins our On the Wild Side week. This week is in celebration of World Wildlife Day, which can be traced back to its establishment just 10 years ago by the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora and the United Nations General Assembly. This is a day and for us a whole week of fun to recognize the unprecedented threats such as biodiversity loss, habitat destruction, and climate change that wildlife populations worldwide are facing. By supporting Rewild this week, it is to raise awareness about these threats, promote sustainable practices, and preserve the natural world as well as the life that inhabits it. So, what kind of things are in store for the week? Well, get ready for both conservation focused and wacky animal fun this week. We have a star studded cast playing a variety of games centered around our theme, a charity goal of $500, charity goal incentives, and giveaways to all who donate. We'll also be supporting two charities this week as we recognize that as many eyes as possible must stay on Palestine and its people in this time of need. So we are trying to support so we are tying in support to the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, in addition to our conservation charity of choice, Rewild. Donations to both charities will work towards the same donation goal. So some of the giveaways that we have this week: physical items such as one Red Wolf Conservation short sleeve t-shirt, one Red Wolf Conservation plush, one Red Wolf Conservation baseball cap with logo, and one Red Wolf Conservation baseball cap with the wolf eyes. We also have 3 art commissions that are coming up as well. Nikki, the Coyote Witch, has donated 2 commissions at $75 each. JD Lang, 3 half body commissions. Cyberella, one half body commission and 1 bust. And we also have some TTRPG giveaways. Plus 1 XP has donated this month's Zine Club zines. So both games, which are Longsword and Wicked Congregation, as well as Down We Go with a few of the adventure scenes in it. And one of the hosts for this week, Sir Heckalot, has donated the game Snakes in Plains as well. So if you also want to check out our previous streams, we have hundreds of hours of content just waiting on our YouTube channel. And if you want to support us and our community by checking out our merch, you can find that at our website, lostcaravanrpg.com. And now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, let's go around and let everyone introduce themselves and tell us who they're playing tonight. So, Matt.
Howdy, everybody. I am Matthew R. Dawson. My pronouns are he, him, and you can find me on the interwebs as @ScruffyWanderer pretty much everywhere. You can also generally find me on my own actual play channel, Random Rhapsody, on Twitch and YouTube. Now, today I am playing the scholarly druid Morel. Their pronouns are they, them, and they're basically just everyone's hookup for, the medicinal herbs.
Nice. Cass?
Hi guys, my name is Cassidy, better known as Yoda or Yoda Almighty. I am playing the brash axe master Typha, who is how do I describe that? They're like if Scyther was made of more plant. Yeah, wait, what else was I supposed to say?
Who you are? Pronouns? I guess if you looked.
I am she, they, Typha's they, them. Thank you. I fully dissociated. If you couldn't tell, that just happened.
It's the night for it. Karish?
Hi, I'm Karish, better known as Shiloh. I guess I'm better known as Karish. Call me whatever. You can find me online. Pronouns are she, her. You can find me online either Karish or Karish Valandar. And today I am playing Dandy, a reserved sorcerer. His pronouns are she, her, and yeah, I kind of decided yesterday I was playing, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay. And last but not least, joining us for the first time on Lost Caravan, Wraith.
That's me. I'm Wraith, pronouns they, them. You can find me under the name Slender Noya on pretty much most things, but I only remember to use Twitter because I'm bad at social medias. I'm normally over on Exclusive Corpse Presents, but I'm happy to be here for the first time. I'll be playing Nettle, the charismatic trickster who's here for the shenanigans.
We love that. And tonight, I am Mother Nature. I am your GM for this adventure into Decay and Blue. So, if no one else has anything for me to stall for, let's get into it. Okay, so it's been about 300 or 400 years since the last human existed on Earth. They have taken themselves out through war, through pollution, through famine, through destruction in general, and overall have wiped out the Earth. Grass does not grow, plants barely thrive, and animals struggle just to survive, even without humans making it harder. And then from out of the destruction, she arrives. The Great Mother, a tree, every tree that has ever existed growing out of this barren world, restoring some little bit of life, a little bit of greenery into it, pushing back some of the destruction, but not enough, not on her own. And from her magic, from her powers, arrives the Second Herald, a creation of which the four of you are a part of. They are a group of individuals who are sprouted from a seed made of nature themselves. And the Great Mother has decreed upon you, upon all of you in your little villages, to restore the natural balance and regrow this fading earth, to eventually achieve the grace decay and restore your bodies back into the earth that you once restored. The eternal ashes seek to prevent that, to prevent any growth from happening, to consume everything. But they are just another part of life for you now, just as much as your job is, as much as this little village that you have created and grown into are. In fact, this starts out as just another day in this little hermitage at the base of the Great Mother, one of many slowly growing around the world. Sandy, you are one of the magicians, one of the magic holders, a sorcerer in this village. You've recently prepared a ritual to help. What was it? Just helping amongst the daily life.
It was a ritual to help the defenses of the little village, just more of like to protect, not necessarily from anything super evil or anything, but like sometimes younger folks can run off and get into trouble, and they might need a guiding leaf or vine to guide them. No, you don't want to go that way. No, don't. Just lead them back into the village proper so they don't like fall off a cliff, or I don't know, whatever little plant children do.
In Moral, you're one of the ones helping along with magic in this place. A little more avant-garde, a little bit, but you still help out with what you do. This ritual, something almost went wrong with it. What was it and how did you stop it?
Oh, one of those like crazy kid types came on blundering in while we were getting to that crucial point, and everything just started getting all wonky, dude. Like things were going flying all about and just ripping and roaring everywhere, and I had to get in there with my elemental type magic and create this big old whirlwind to contain it all while everybody else was able to get the kid away.
Yeah,
It was crazy, dude. It's crazy.
definitely a little crazy. And some of those little sproutlings in the nursery, the tales they tell just keep getting bigger and bigger. And whew, I think they're starting to make up some really weird stories about you there, Moral. Typha,
Morel, he always has weird stories being told about him.
what's one more story? But Typha, where Moral and Dandy protect through magic, you protect through might. Something happened last week. You were on night duty. What was trying to get into the village that you stopped?
A monster, like shaped like one of those charcoal cats that you barbecue with, but with arms and legs. And Typha snuck out into the grass without telling anybody, because of course, why would they do that? And like just came up behind it and using their blade arms just took it out. Like Count
Which is
Dooku.
definitely what happens with some of these ashen beasts, and you are part of what keeps the village protected. So Nettle, how did you make this harder on Typha?
Well, see, I might have misplaced a snare trap or two. They weren't like like nobody was really supposed to get caught in them in like a situation like that. It was supposed to just, be fun, but not my fault Typha didn't look where they were walking.
But the important part was that Typha did eventually get this thing destroyed, and the village was safe for another day. And it's rare that ashen beasts do come so close to the village, so it was cause for concern. And the guard definitely kept a tighter watch out. In fact, it's kind of been a little nervous around the village anyways. About 2 weeks back, a group went out. They were charged with escorting one of the bestial hearts out to the Yearning Meadows. One of these treks that happen about twice a year. They're a way for the Great Mother to hopefully usually restore some creature that once roamed the earth that she managed to form back from bits and pieces. You're not exactly sure what it was because only those tasked with escorting the bestial heart really ever see it, along with the elders in the village that help receive it. But it's been a little too long. This is only a trip that a week out, maybe 3 days there, 3 days back, based on the sun. And small group hasn't returned yet. In fact, it's too many people, of your people, wait near the gates to see what happens. And for long, off in the horizon, one lone figure is running the village, a very wiry looking, almost bean sprout of Second Herald. They're not carrying anything. They're not holding anything, which is weird in itself because you all have your connection, the material item that connects you to the Great Mother, something that is always on your person. And Typha, you know this bean sprout. He's one of the guard that you've been on rotation with before. As you get closer, see that this is Antho. He's young, but not too young to do duty, not too young to have been chosen for this escort. And down like the left side of his body, down his arm, it's just black and flaking and almost scattering into the wind. He holds that limb tight to his body as he rushes to the village. And as like he gets closer to the gate, the crowd just kind of parts to let him in. And you watch as March, who is one of the oldest people in the village, practically the leader, if there is one amongst your people, moves to receive. Antho stumbles in, falling, stumbling. And I think all four of you can tell that he's fading in the way that there is no help for him. He's lost his connection, and even worse, he is fading. This doesn't happen in the village often. It's rare that anyone falls victim to the disgrace death. You watch as March picks him up the best he can without touching any of the rotting parts of him. What has happened? What word do you bring, Antho? And it's just a gasp, a stutter, just barely there on the wind, and it's they took the heart. We weren't able to get there. It's gone.
What do you mean gone?
Typha, you watch as Antho moves, trying to face you the best he can, and it's just a gentle, like, tilt of his face. It's gone. Zoomed. It's the rest of them too. It was too much. There was too much of them. and you watch as this rot, this decay, this blackening just keeps taking over Antho's body as he just kind of falls apart into the wind.
Is this something we would recognize then?
If you've never been out past the gates in the village, you probably wouldn't have seen it hands on, because rarely does anyone that has come in contact with the great Ashen Beast rarely return. This is a test of Antho's strength that he was able to make it this far back. But this is the decay that reaches you when everything has been consumed.
I think the Morel would come over and lay down next to them and just take one of their mushrooms off and say, "Eat this, it'll make you feel better as you go."
Antho takes it into him the best he can, and it's weak. He is fading. His connection is gone, and it is as peaceful as it can be to be lost into the this cycle of the disgrace death. You know, this person has lost his connection to the Great Mother. He is lost to the cycle.
Farewell there, friend. We will figure out what happened. Be at peace. And Morel will just turn to everybody else and say, "Does anyone know where that thing is that they were speaking of, the heart?"
The Elder March, they look at you, and then they look at this crowd that has gathered. And there are some caretakers that are escorting the seedlings back to the nursery, which is where all the young second heralds grow up in. And it's becoming a little bit of a issue, isn't it? If the two of you, Typha, Moral, if you would come with me.
I think Typha's already tapped Nettle and is like, "We gotta pack our stuff. We're going."
Yeah, elder dude. We'll come along, no worries.
We need candy.
Yes.
Do you want to come with?
Where are we going?
Saving the heart.
Yeah, I can come.
Cool.
If you're feeling scared, dude, eat one of these. It'll make you feel better.
I think I'm good, thank you. It's not scared, just confused why you'd have me, but I appreciate it, Morel.
You know, the more the merrier, dude. Like, it's always helpful to have somebody. You never know what you might be able to contribute.
I mean, I do have spells that can help.
Yes.
Yes.
Instead of dispel and that spell over there.
Oh, I mean, Morel did a great job helping when one of the seedlings came in and almost disrupted the whole ritual that we've been working on for hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. No worries, man.
Right. And March, who is this older, much taller than the four of you, Weeping Willow, with long branches and a long mustache. And if I guess the four of you can come along, we have seems something to talk about. And some of the other villagers come to clean and remove what is left of Antho to return him as much as possible to the earth. In the sadness lingers because everyone is reminded that there is no return to the mother, and this final death is the only one he will receive. And there is that solemn air as you move through the village towards a larger home at the base of the mother. A broad building where most of the elders stay, where they congregate, and where they welcome the town to speak with them in regards to policies and protection for the village. It's a place you've all been in many times as you have grown up here. But March leads you down a secondary hallway. What's clearly his personal office. It's a lot of green, a lot of moss and vines and ivy that have grown naturally from the wood. Several comfortable sitting chairs around a large desk. So I'm not really sure if you four truly understand what you're volunteering for, but if you do, I must thank you for your bravery, and as you've seen with Antho, potential sacrifice, it's not something that is undertaken without a lot of danger.
I mean, what's
That
that
it?
level danger?
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to go. So
It's all to restore the balance, dude.
Do
It
we
is.
know where we're going or what dangers?
that's helpful.
I mean, the previous group was on their way to the Yearning Meadows to plant the season's bestial heart. I don't know where it would have gone astray or to what, but based on how Antho returned to us, I can only assume that it is some sort of ashen beast, something from the eternal ashes that is growing in power.
Well, we'll
It is
just take that out. So
What do we
And-
know about these ashen beasts? Like, they have any weaknesses or things like that?
Moral, as you well know, cleansing ashen beasts is not the easiest thing in the world. This is the remainder of what your people can tell is from those left behind. This is whatever caused them to die out. This is probably the cause behind this. The Ashen Beasts have taken out an entire world before yours. And to cleanse one is a great feat for a second to herald. The ones that do so, their names are practically immortal in history. Most of your people just beat them back, push them back with what little they can manage, try and restore some of what they have taken. And it seems in this they have taken the bestial heart, one of the many ways. And
And Morel will just kind of look at everybody else and be like, well, if it, one thing we haven't tried with the bestial hearts or with the shadow beast is, well, we haven't really tried talking to them or giving them some mushrooms. So maybe we should just try that.
Morel, if you give him mushrooms, you got to give him the bad ones.
I mean, there's a different mushroom for every occasion. I wasn't being, specific and things like that. I was just saying, in the general sort of sense of the grand scheme of things, a mushroom is just a mushroom, and we're just going to try to give it to them, man. Dude?
Like, don't they turn
Mhm.
everything to ash? Like, can they even, like, eat it?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, maybe I can use my magic to fling a mushroom into their mouth, and maybe it'll just go right down into the gullet,
Yeah.
Because I don't think I want to be that close to them where you're like handing it to them to eat. That doesn't seem safe.
Yeah. That's my job. Get up close, slice and dice.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not the getting close type. I'm more of the hang out in the back and watch y'all who like to be running up ahead kind of thing. Like you do your Leroy Jenkins and all that, but I'm gonna stay back here.
What's a Leroy?
What's a Jenkins?
There are these two dudes that lived right down the street. They just they're always yelling and bellowing and stuff, and it's just, well, okay, so they buy things occasionally from me, and so we hang out every now and again, and it's always a good time, but kind of crazy.
Marge has just kind of watched this interaction take place, and they do look a little confused and a little concerned, maybe. This is who has volunteered for this. I mean, the Ashen Beast, as far as we can tell, have no sapience. They exist to consume, and that is all we've really seen from them. I'm not asking any of you to try and defeat one, let alone multiple. Just, we have to see if there's anything of the heart left remaining, and if so, get it to the Yurting Meadows.
We can do that.
Okay, so find what's remaining of the heart, then yurt it into a meadow. Got it, yeah.
Yeah. We can do that.
No problem, we got this covered, yeah.
Do we know, like, I know we're supposed to bury it in the meadow and stuff, but is there like a ritual to go along with it? Or do we just put it in the hole and cover it up and that's that?
Once you have reached the Yurting Meadows, there are several magic practitioners that have been entrusted with the ritual.
Oh, so we don't. Okay.
This is
Should they know the ritual anyway, just in case?
The druids, we know a lot of rituals, dude. Like, there's so many different ones. There's ones to you do when you want a little bit of rain or just the right amount of dew on the leaves. And there's this one time that we were looking at the leaves and they got all sparkly and beautiful from dew. And wait, what were we talking about again?
The meadow and rituals.
Oh yeah, the meadow and the rituals. Like, yeah, there's tons of rituals that we could be doing, and I'm sure we'll be able to
Yeah,
figure it out.
yeah. But what I'm asking is if the other druids were all dead, should these two know the ritual?
I mean, I'm not a magic user myself.
Oh,
I am not trusted to their secrets. But if you would check with
got it.
but if you would check with Lyko, who is one of the head mages for the village,
Yeah.
you might have some more information. But at least I can trust in you a map from here to the Yearning Meadows. And March, they go to pull out a pretty large scroll from one of like little pockets in the walls that are just filled with little scrolls, and lays it out on on his desk before the four of you.
Mhm.
It's not well detailed. It's pretty rustic, pretty minimal. But there is a good like base of distance, some loose like illustrations of different like topography. You'll see nothing quite as sophisticated as something from those left behind would have created, but it will get you there. You can tell it's on average about a 2 to 3 day journey on foot to reach the Yearning Meadows, and roughly the same back. If there's anything we can provide to you, all you have to do is ask. After all, this is, again, a very dangerous task you have set for yourselves.
I'm gonna ask a question, and I don't think I've ever had this thought before. Can we have more than one connection to mom?
You can have more than one weapon, but the connection itself is like something that you, while not are born with, is something that you connect to pretty early on as a seedling, and what some people craft into weapons. You've probably crafted your axe from it.
Yeah.
It's what the two of you that are magic based craft your catalyst out of. Takes many forms for every herald, and it is what ties you to the Great Mother. And there's, sure, you could take something that could be a catalyst, but it'll never have the same tie.
Got it. I was just thinking I didn't want what happened to Antho to happen to us. So,
It's a fair worry, and that's why we try and limit the danger where we.
Yeah.
There's a reason that this is something that only happens twice a year, and that's why they send big groups. One person on their own is not expected to be able to do this sort of thing.
so we're gonna go talk to Luberger or whatever his name is, and get the ritual. I would like snacks, not Morel's snacks, and
Oh, dude, really?
Oh, he does have some really nice snacks, though. Not just the mushroom kind. He carries a lot of different ones.
It's true, I do. I have all sorts of things under here.
is
I
it
don't know
wrong
why
with-
he needs so many snacks, but
Morel just keeps handing me things,
I'm,
and I feel
uh,
like I'm being experimented on.
Nah, that's crazy, dude. Here, just try this. You'll get rid
No.
of all that anxiety.
I'm not anxious.
You seem really anxious right now.
I just want to go.
I think that's just what Typha's like.
Yeah. I gotta go fast.
I feel like we should still do the snacks first.
Ritual. Learn it.
I do like learning new rituals.
Okay, let's go do the ritual. Let's learn the ritual. and then snacks.
And then
Yes, March packages up the map and ties it up for whoever wants to be the one holding it. And I will let you decide who's in charge of the map.
I can
Well,
be in charge of it unless.
I mean, you can go ahead and take it, dude. You're probably more responsible than I am.
Yeah, and I know you have lots of pockets and stuff, but I just want to make sure that it's in the right pocket and it doesn't fall out when you're getting snacks or other things.
You know, there is a lot of things in my pockets here, like this little ball of moss right here that I just found. Didn't even know it was in there. It was crazy.
Ooh, is it like still kind of wet?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of moist and a little damp. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right down here on this side of this rock. It's gonna be really good, really nice right here.
I'm just like pushing them both out the door. Like, go.
Oh wait, did you see that thing over there?
Morale.
Right. We do need to do heart and ritual stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
on the way to the ritual.
So you are given directions by someone in the hallway down to Mage Lyco's study. He is kind of the head druid for the village that takes care of any rituals as the leader. And it's probably someone Morel is familiar with, if not Dandy as well. But he is actually absent from his study. The door is open, but he is not there. I mean, the normal conclusion to this would be that he is probably overseeing the last rites for Antho. But, Dandy, Morel, would one of you like to make a roll for me? This would be a bloom roll to
Sure.
see if you can find the ritual.
Sure, I'm happy to make a roll if somebody wants to help me along, maybe.
I
Yeah,
will
can
say,
help.
are you potentially prepared or an expert in this?
I mean, it's for rituals. I know all about rituals, dude. You know, like I feel like that's something I'm pretty well prepared for. That's what I do.
And I'd say you're even an expert in scholarly pursuits.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
I can help you look because I know sometimes you get distracted when you find something that's interesting or not so interesting or relevant.
Okay, so Dandy, how are you helping Morel?
Dandy's going to be helping by probably just looking on her own a little bit or steering Morel to the sections of like, oh, it's probably not under the mushroom treaties. It's probably over here. Oh, that's not a scroll of rituals. You don't need focusing his energy.
Perfect. So I need you to go ahead and roll, Dandy. This is going to be Bloom. So part of Decay and Bloom, it is a lasers and healing system. So with Bloom, you are trying to roll over your number, which is 2.
3.
And if you, no, for Dandy, because the
Oh,
help roll goes first to
oh.
see if you get
Oh,
that extra
that's
dice.
right. I do roll. Okay.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna roll.
I just
roll
roll
1d6,
one?
and this is just a pass or fail.
That is a 6.
Perfect. So you have rolled over your Bloom, so this does work. So Morel, you can go ahead and take that extra d6, which I think should bring you up to 46, correct?
Yeah, nice. 4d6 right here.
Perfect. So you're gonna go ahead and roll that.
And then I'm trying to hit over 3 as well.
You're trying to hit over your number.
Okay, well, looks like the highest number I rolled was a 4, dude.
Okay, how many have you rolled that are either at or over your number?
Actually, everything is at my number. I rolled 2 3s and 2 4s, dude.
Perfect. Well, that is an extra, that is a critical success. But not only is that a critical success, you have reached equilibrium.
Awesome.
Equilibrium, as a lasers and feelings hack, when you hit your number that you are assigned, you get to ask me, Mother Nature, a question.
Oh, that's a tough question thing to think about. I think my question would be: is there any way to retrieve the heart and get it to the meadow without violence, dude?
I think you kind of can tell as you're kind of ruminating on this more, Morel, that there are many ways around violence. There is no expectation that you will have to fight the Ashen Beast, because to fight an Ashen Beast is to potentially be lost to the Ashen Beasts. And if you are crafty, if you are tricky enough, if you put your faith in your group, there is no reason you shouldn't be able to get around this without fighting.
You know, Morel is they're a druid of peace, dude, and they just want peace and love and mushrooms, you know? So any way we can try to do this and keep everybody safe, that's super important to Morel.
Perfect. But yeah, after a few minutes and a few of Dandy kind of nudging you towards like specific sections, you manage to find a slightly worn out scroll. Not as big as the map. In fact, it's practically palm sized. And it just kind of goes over like the positioning and like the time of day this needs to happen, and like the best place in the Yearning Meadows for the bestial heart to put to like go to rest. Um in kind of like not really like fine print, but in definitely an annotation someone made. Um there is a note that you can guide the bestial heart's form should you wish. Otherwise, they tend to choose for themselves.
Morel feels like choice is the important thing. I wouldn't want to take any other beings you know, agency away, so they should definitely choose for themselves, you know?
Fair. Do you happen to show this to Dandy or to Typha or Nettle?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Like Morel would have read through this whole thing and just get really excited and start talking about just the awesome binding of the book and how well made the whole thing is, and how there seems like there's a lot of love and care that went
Morel,
into this. And
Yeah.
Morel, I
oh,
can't,
sorry, there's stuff in here too. Hold on, let me get to that point.
I can't read.
Oh, that's really sad, dude. But you know, in here uh, there's a specific way to do this, and we gotta make sure that we let the heart choose. Gotta let the heart choose its form.
I didn't.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I didn't realize it shows anything.
I don't know either. That's just what it says, dude.
Do we have enough for us to go now, or?
Do you?
Probably. I don't know. We don't know where the heart might have been taken. Maybe we need to figure that out.
I mean,
Maybe we should start by retracing the steps of the first group. Signs of an attack or dead bodies, maybe, or ashes.
if they look like Antho, there's no body. It's just
Maybe some ashes might
Probably
be left.
like evidence of a fight or something. Like I
Yeah.
doubt they just let the ash beasts take them out.
So, is there anything the four of you need to do in the village besides retrieve the ritual scroll.
Got my axe.
I mean, I always have everything I need. I ain't a weapon wielder. That's violence, and violence is never the answer. Nah, we just gotta have love and peace and a few mushrooms. That's it.
Time's the answer.
Morel, I watched you sprout mushrooms from one of the seedlings the other day because they annoyed you.
Well, yeah, they kept bugging me, dude, you know, like, and the mushrooms really didn't hurt anything. They just kind of popped up on their heads, and they tasted great, and everybody just, picked them off and roasted them later, and it was good.
You made the seedling cry.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, at first, but once they tried the mushrooms, dude, they actually kind of
They
perked up in the
still
end.
cried.
Crying is just a natural part of existence. Sometimes you gotta let the emotions out, and that's just.
I don't think we should be making the seedlings cry. That's kind of the opposite of what we're supposed
I mean, it
to
was
be
funny.
doing.
I thought it was funny, but I'm just pointing that out on the no violence front.
That wasn't
you made
violence. No, that wasn't violence.
When
They're just.
When I make the seedlings cry, I'm told I'm a bully.
Yeah, but when
think
I
it
do
depends
it,
on
it's
how
more
you
of a
make them
life
cry.
experience.
Shrooms out of his head.
I'm gonna go get my bag of stuff. I'll be right back. And she's gonna go walk off to her little hut.
I'm just heading for the gate now. Muttering about, why am I called a bully?
Little specks of mushrooms start popping up along their back.
Morel is called many more things in this village. But yeah, if Dandy is going to retrieve items, anyone else doing the same, or is everyone just kind of converging on the gates without any items?
Probably gather some stuff, bits and pieces here and there. I don't think I know what I would properly need for travel, so it's probably not actually entirely useful.
That is true. Rarely does travel happen amongst the different hermitages of the world. It's rarely undertaken unless there is a specific caravan assembled, or you're one of the smaller groups that go out to drive back the Ashen Beast or do things like escort the bestial hearts. So, unless there's anyone you want to talk to or anything in the meantime, the four of you converge. Sometimes the caravans get lost. They do. Sometimes they stay lost. But if the four of you are kind of converging, the sun is pretty high in the sky. Make sure as the four of you leave, check for your catalyst, for your heirloom weapons, for your connection to the Great Mother. In fact, why don't we go around the group to determine what those are? Go first, or shall I start with Wraith?
I've got a petite little ornate dagger. That is my catalyst. It's not so much for fighting, but it is good for, cutting vines. It's a tool more than a weapon.
Does it have any abilities attached to it, Metal?
I think so, no. It's just pretty. If it has any abilities, I have not figured them out yet.
Maybe one day. But what about Nettle? What does your catalyst look like?
That was Nettle.
I'm sorry. I am thinking of Dandy. I'm looking at one person on my screen and not looking at who is talking.
It's all good. So Dandy has a catalyst, and hers is a small acorn that's on a that's been made into a necklace, and the acorn has been chiseled out so that there's you can see through it, but it's done in an intricate design, and you can actually see inside, and there's a little tiny dandelion seed fluff, just one inside of the acorn locket thing.
That is lovely. And has the Great Mother granted you any abilities with this?
Yes, she has given me the healing touch ability.
Perfect. Typha?
So Haifa, in addition to being essentially made of bladed grass with the sawtooth, the stuff that you walk through the woods and it cuts the crap out of your legs. They also have this axe that kind of hangs on their back, and you pull it out and they can slide it into their forearm and just whack with it without leaving one arm free. Yeah, big axe.
Nice. Very useful in your line of work. Yeah. Leaves Morel. What is your catalyst?
Yeah, so as I'm sure you can see, Morel has this awesome ivy and mushroom crown upon his cranium, which marks the fact that he is the scholarly type, or they're the scholarly type, because it rests upon their head and is feeding their noggin all those wise thoughts and things like that.
And has Mother Nature granted you any gifts?
Indeed, the Great Mother allows me to be able to protect myself from ashes. I can only do this for myself, but it's just another part of the magical complexity that is the Morel.
In this little group, you have made sure that your catalyst, your heirloom weapons are secured. Because once you leave, they are the only thing keeping you tied to the Great Mother. She can heal you at any distance. Not quite limitlessly, but completely should the worst happen. As long as you make sure keep these safe, keep these protected. You were saying something, Cass, you were muted.
I was saying keep it secret, keep it safe, because memes.
Just making sure I wasn't missing anything. But yes, you start out. And immediately leaving the village, this is the area that everyone has taken measures to flourish, to restore, to keep as safe as possible. In fact, everything around the Great Mother seems to bloom a little bit brighter, stay a little more in season, and it's rare that ashen beasts do come this close, so it is almost several hours of walking before this even starts to fade, before the grass turns brown under your footsteps and slowly begins to turn almost black, to crunch, and the dirt loses any moisture, turns crumbly, and Sandy, you have the map, correct?
Yes, I have it. Yes.
On this map, like I said, it's not very detailed. But there is somewhere along the path what looks to be like a split, when that would take maybe an extra half days of travel. If you decide to take that path, the other seems to cut across. It looks like rocky ground. It looks like possibly broken ground. You're not exactly sure. There's not exactly a table for this map. There's no key describing exactly what's there.
She's definitely going to like talk it over with like show the group like, okay, well, I think if we take this one it's gonna take longer. I don't know which way they actually went though. I think it would be good if we stayed on their path, the same path, in case we missed something. I mean, they were gone a long time though.
Yeah, have we seen any signs of anything other than the crumbliness of the ground? Like tracks?
Why
And-
don't you make a bloom roll for me?
Would I be able to make a decay roll?
Argue with me how this would be a decay roll. Diva.
So I am literally looking for signs of the whatever ash people coming through, stalking. I'm looking for signs of decay. It is a physical task. Come on, Alice, work with me.
I will let you roll decay. I need you to tell me though, how are you prepared for this, if at all? And how would you be an expert in this, if at all?
I feel like Nettle and Typha, because we are who we are, probably sneak out a lot to see if we can find the Eternal Ashes and poke at them. And so I think it makes sense that we know the like usual paths that they get close to the village with. We know how to find them.
Okay, I can see how that's prepared, but I don't know how that's would be anything for an expert though.
Nah, I don't got anything yet. So
Can you convince one of your friends to help you? Roll a
Naturally.
decay.
Nettle.
I mean, I am the scholarly type. I suppose I could help out as best I can. I'm not much use in looking for decay. I'm much more of a life type, but I'll give it a whirl.
Okay, so Morel, how would you be helping type that out with this?
Well, you know, as a druid, Morel tends to head out into the woods and just skulk around, rummaging about for, you know, all the different things that they might need for their spells and things like that, components and things to make tea and things to help grow mushrooms. So that's something they've studied for a very long time.
Okay, yeah, I will accept that if you want to go ahead and roll for decay.
Okay, so that means I got to roll under a 3. This is going to
Yes.
go really well. I rolled a 5.
That is not a 3. Less. So
No, it's not.
unfortunately, I think Morel, you get caught up maybe looking for plants or something. Of which there are still some plants around. They're just not growing as well as they could be.
Oh wow, look at this little shrub over here. It managed to survive while everything else wasn't able to, because you see this little trickle of water right down here going
So-
just into their root system.
Alice, am I sorry.
You're just rolling 2d6 because morale is no help to you right now.
Whatsoever.
That's all right. I'm rolling Mary dice. I have to roll under my number.
Or at your number.
4 and a 5, and my number is 5.
Well, first you get to ask Mother Nature a question because you did reach equilibrium.
Hey, mommy.
Don't do that shit when I'm drinking.
I'm not sorry. Can we find the path and maybe find where they were ambushed?
I mean, of course you can find the path, and of course you can find where they're ambushed.
Uh-huh.
There
You also called me
is it.
mommy.
I did.
But with only 2 dice, you do at least get that. So
Yeah.
even the sheet tells me to give you a good job for that.
Thanks, Mother Nature.
I will let you ask another question, though, considering you were looking for the path, and that's what your dice say you're going to find. You're allowed to ask me a question that I must answer honestly, like how the sheet says it. There are some questions that they give you examples of, like who's behind this, could I get them to do what I want, what should I be on the lookout for, what's the best way to do this, what's really going on here. Those are just examples, but you can ask anything you want. So if you want to ask the exact question that your dice are answering, you can.
Who's behind this?
What do you mean by this? Clarify that for me.
This ambush. If we find the ambush, you're saying we find the ambush site.
You're gonna get on the path for it, at least.
Okay. Can I determine, based on the tracks we are now following
Mhm.
along the path, who it was that ambushed them? Who did this? Who's behind this?
So, the 4 of you, like, as Typha looks around and kind of stumbles onto what looks like some sort of black substance, wet, nothing you've ever personally encountered before, but it's sludgy, does not look natural. It stinks and it makes the air around it hard to breathe through. And it almost seems to like be leaching into the ground. In fact, Moral and Dandy, you could tell that this stuff is killing the earth just a little bit more than it already is in this area. The likely culprits would, of course, be something of the eternal ashes.
No, look at all this. They're making the earth decay even worse over here, dude. Like, that's just not cool.
Yeah, it's going pretty not good here.
That really just gets my ire up seeing this. We need to get the heart back as quickly as we can.
I mean, as the magic users, you know that there are ways to cleanse the earth to kind of help reverse this. If either of you would choose to.
Yeah, Dandy would be eager to do that while everyone kind of does their own little thing.
Okay. do you think that one of your spells or abilities might apply here?
I think the healing touch ability to heal the earth would probably be the best one, because neither one of my spells are probably going to help.
Definitely. So I would say is definitely something you're prepared for when you're rolling this bloom roll.
Okay.
Do you think
So that would
that
be-
either
Is
you're
this something that I could help out with?
definitely could, because you are a magic user. What would you be doing?
Well, I suppose that this would be a good time to bring out my trusty Dispel to try to start cleansing the area of this heinous, destructive magical force. So I'm going to attempt to dispel all that.
Okay, so would you like this to be helping, or would you like to roll your own?
I figure first I come in with the dispelling, and then they can come in and heal it up behind, and I'm kind of helping them by doing the first part, and then they come in and do the cleaning part afterwards.
Okay, yeah, I'm just asking though, would you rather this be a help
Oh,
roll,
yeah,
or
I'm
would you
helping.
rather it be your own? Kind.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for Bloom on that.
Okay.
1d6.
Oh, 3 on the dot.
Perfect. And you also get an equilibrium question.
Okay, yeah, I would
That's
like.
your number, right?
Yeah, that's my number exactly. So, yeah, Mother Nature, what I would like to know is, what is the best path to catch up with the heart quickly?
It would probably be the opposite of what you're taking.
Oh, hey, everybody, I just got this crazy druid sense, like, I'm pretty sure we're going the wrong way. If we want to catch up to the heart quickly, we need to finish up with this cleansing and then turn around and head the opposite way.
First, let's resolve Dandy's roll.
Okay.
So you're
So
prepared. Do you
Prepared.
feel like you're an expert in this?
Yeah, I feel like she does a lot, especially with like the ritual of protecting the seedlings from dangers. So she's worked with the ground specifically quite a bit in the village. So I feel like that's given her some insight into how the ground is and soil is supposed to feel, what's the natural order of it.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the 4d6s on that then. Tell me how many you roll over at or over your number.
Over my number, which is a 2. All of them are over a 2. I have a 6, 5, a 4, and a 3. I have a straight.
Perfect. You have not reached equilibrium with this, so you don't get to ask me a question. But you do have the critical success that you need to make this
Yeah.
work. So Nettle and Typha, you watch as Morel and Dandy kind of encircle this. It's not quite like a pool, but it's definitely like a leakage of this fluid into the ground. And it's almost like it's just being siphoned away. Not into the ground itself, but into the air, maybe. Just being dissolved by the magic Dandy is pouring into the ground, by the magic Morel is helping facilitate. It just slowly recedes, disappears, and even more, Dandy, I think you push the two of you push enough magic into this. Morel's magic just kind of tips it over, and you watch where this like circle was just starts to come into bloom, into like fresh grass, and a little like thistle pops up, little thistle plant where this was. And I think I'm not sure if the four of you do this or not, but I think the longer you would wait, the more you would see like the grass just slowly like reaching out, growing in distance, and just seems to take over a little bit of the broken and browned earth that is around it. And who knows what'll happen to it in time.
Like Nettle just leans over to Typha. Just okay. That's kind of cool. Should we learn magic?
I can't read. I don't know if I can learn magic. They do a lot of
Like-
reading.
There's like intuitive magic, right?
There's gotta be like
Gotta be.
I
we
just
need
hit
it.
things. I hit things hard. What if there's magic that it makes me hit things harder?
That probably is.
We gotta learn magic.
We gotta
Wait
learn
till you
magic.
see what I can do when I fight.
Well, why do you think we brought you, Dandy?
I don't really know. I'm still kind of confused on that part, but that's okay.
Well,
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm
Hey.
happy you're here.
We're all happy you're here, dude. You bring something to the party that nobody else does.
Yeah.
You just gotta find it.
I know what it is. It's healing.
Yeah, I did do that. And she's just gonna kind of like crouch down and like kind of help. Like she's not actually casting magic or anything, but she's just kind of cradling the thorn that kind of grew and just kind of like, making sure it's straight, making sure it's getting enough, stuff, kind of supporting it a little bit.
Can I touch the grass?
Yeah. It feels like
bring that.
good, healthy grass.
Just make sure you ask for consent first, dude.
I am grass,
But is
We
that
talk.
your grass?
but
Oh.
we talk.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, dude.
Might not be like any actual communication going on, but sometimes you just gotta listen to nature.
Let me talk to my grass house.
Like I said, you can talk to the grass all you want. There's just not a lot of like response.
So
No,
but the Tim Curry ooze puddle is gone now.
Yep.
Cool.
And the way Typha that this kind of was towards and the path on the map is the exact opposite one that is where Moral was pointing. So discuss amongst yourselves which way that you will be going.
I mean, Mother Nature said to go. If we wanted to catch up, we need to go the opposite way, dude.
But they went this way.
Yeah, but it's called a shortcut, you know?
I suppose the people who took the heart might not be going the same way though. They might not be going towards the meadow, and so they
Yeah,
might go the
they're-
opposite way.
They're going away from the meadow. We need to get to them, not to the meadow.
I guess
I
like
think
if we're
we're
taking
ahead.
a shortcut, they wouldn't expect us to be going from that direction.
But it's a
No,
shortcut
maybe.
going in the correct direction.
You know what they say, Mother knows best.
It's true.
You just gotta go with the flow, dude, you know? Just follow along with the vibes. And the vibes are saying we're going the wrong way.
I mean, Typha, it seems to be in that where the map, where it just kind of splits paths. They do
Mhm.
end up converging again. It's just on the one side that you're wanting to take, That is the longer route that seems to be a little less harrowed.
You take the high road and I'll take the low road.
Oh my god, what a fucking reference.
And now we get to the hut before ya.
St. Patrick's Day's off for a couple of weeks. All right, fine. Let's go. We'll take Morel's route.
Right on. Buy grass, buy shrub, buy little mushroom dudes.
What's on my
Well-
back? Why am I itchy?
Oh, you know, I just kind of need a snack. You want one?
And Morel, I'll even tell you, you're not sure if it's just the wind or if it is your snacks taking effect, but the shrubbery almost seems to like wave a little bit in the wind as you leave.
Shrubs
that there
in the
was Frank.
wind. All they are is shrubs in the wind.
That dude's name was Frank. They were pretty cool.
All right, are we good? We're going?
Yeah,
Sure.
going.
Axe out. Let's go.
You know,
Sure.
that thing seems really heavy, like weighing you down. Don't you know that violence always weighs down the soul, man?
We already have this discussion about violence is sometimes the answer.
I'm just messing with you, dude. As I pick off another mushroom.
Yes. I feel like Morel was Typha's like teacher at one point, and now that like Typha's an adult is just like can't kill, can't.
Oh, and you know Morel was the type that like, nah, dude, you don't call me Mr. Morel. Mr. Morel was my dad, dude. Nah, I'm just Morel. Now, what? I don't do, the structured teaching and all. Let's
Yeah.
sit down here in this bongo circle and kind of vibe with it.
Morel's the reason Typha can't read.
That's because you gotta feel.
Just gotta feel the words. They're right there in your soul, dude.
There's a whole generation of seedlings that never learned to read.
Mhm.
That is why Morel got appointed to shopkeeper.
It's
Uh,
okay. It allowed me to follow my true passion, the shrooms, dude.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm done.
you guys take the other path, not this one where maybe the starting battle had happened or the group first ran across the Ashen Beast, but a path the map tells you might not be the easiest route. The quickest, yes, but not the easiest. And in fact, I think it's pretty obvious why. This path that takes you on a much rockier road seems to slowly like dip down and quickly approaching on the horizon. You can see where it looks like it just drops. The path just like cuts out in front of you. And you approach it and you are looking over a great cavern. Several yards across the other side. Drop tremendous, and at the bottom you can see what looks to be river stones and some shiny pieces. Too far up to tell exactly what.
So, based on the map that we have, do we need to get across the chasm to the other side?
I mean, that would be the likely
Yeah.
trek.
Do any of you magic users like know how to fly?
I mean, it's funny you should say that.
Like
do
physically
have.
fly?
Well, sometimes when you gotta lay down in the moss and just take a wild moss carpet ride.
I don't think
Just
we
gotta-
studied the same magic.
Sometimes I just like to, dream beneath the sound machine.
No, you can't do this to me.
When the skies are full of clouds, dude. I look at the night and just laying there on the carpet, everything I just know it's just right, dude. But I think I might actually have an idea of how to get across this chasm.
I can't
Yeah.
cry laughing in this makeup. I need you to know this, okay?
Think you've just dared and to try.
I mean, challenge accepted, dude. That's the thing about nature, dude. Nature's with us. Nature's one with us, dude. And one of the things about nature is the elements. This chasm is long and it's deep, but with the right air current and a good old running start, you powerful types might be able to yeet us across. Yes.
You're asking me to throw you across the chasm.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm gonna raise up a mighty gust of wind that'll just catch us in the little right angle. Whoosh.
How do we get across without you? If we've thrown you.
Well, you just take a running start and jump, and then I'll use that same wind to catch you and pull you over.
I'm gonna look at Nettle and go find like vines and stuff and start tying them off.
Okay, do you want to roll some decay for that?
Yeah, I would. Can I get extra dice for this? Do I have
Are
to
you
justify
you
it?
an you have to justify it always. Are you prepared or an
help?
expert in this?
Can I help?
Yeah. Nettle's gonna help.
I'm very good. I'm very good at finding vines that are good for
Yeah.
snaring people and
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
hoisting them up in the air for pranks. So I think I have.
How
a good-
about this? What if I help you?
There we go.
Me.
I can be the brute. No, not you. Nettle. What if I help Nettle? Because they're good at making the knots. I can just haul everything. So I just have to roll under a 5 to help.
Yes.
Cool, I got a 2.
Perfect. So, Nettle, you can add 1d6 to that. Are you prepared or an expert in this? Because you have been voted to roll.
I did vote you to roll.
Say I'm an ex tying knots specifically to hold people.
Mhm.
PG game. PG game. PG game.
I heard it was supposed to be PG-13, not PG, so...
It was PG-13.
Yeah.
That does
I
not
mean,
mean that we have to go in places that
PG-13
Cass is
because we
going.
can't watch
Are
our
we
mouths.
Are we talking John Hughes PG? Because that opens a lot of room here, dude.
I'm behaving
How many-
myself.
How many dice can I roll?
If you are prepared, you get 1d6.
Okay.
If you are an expert, you get 1d6. You get 1d6 normally, and then for helping, you get 1d6.
So 4 total?
4 total?
If you are an expert, yes.
I would say I'm an expert.
Okay.
Okay.
So how many are under your number or at your number?
1.
Do you have any that are at your number?
Nope.
What's
I
your
rolled
number?
4.
Oh.
I rolled 3 6s and a 1.
Ouch.
No.
Well, you know what dice to use in future games.
Right?
I don't
So-
know. I don't know because that's all bad.
That's kind of bad, yeah. That's a little bad.
That'll so you find enough vines that would probably reach across this cavern if you can manage to somehow get it attached to something on the other side. The problem that's going to be is that these vines, they're not healthy. They're not particularly stable. And someone is probably going to break it.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Wind
I-
braid them together to make them stronger.
I am not smart grass, but I have thoughts. Can Dandy or Morel strengthen the vines and then we yeet one of them with the vine?
Well, this is the cost for this action.
Got it.
So the vines will get at least 3 of the 4 of you across safely.
Well, Morel did say wind power, so like who's the lightest?
Let's go ahead and figure out the weight of y'all.
I mean, wouldn't the grass dude be the lightest since they're, grass?
I am large.
Also,
I am
they
like
have
a
cat.
9 foot
Dandy's-
tall praying mantis grass person.
Yeah, Dandy is pretty petite. She's pretty on the small side.
I mean, that's true. Dandelions, go floating in the breeze, and if I'm crafting a breeze,
I will throw Dandelion with the vines if I will be last. How about that?
So Dandy, you'll get the vines to the other side and secure them over there.
Okay, I think I can do that.
I'm gonna go over to the edge of the cliff, kind of, pull my robes back and just begin to weave about the magical forces of nature, dude, and bring up this torrent of wind with my magic.
What
I
spell is
will-
this?
This is my dat spell.
Okay.
This is my dad spell.
This is my dat spell.
So I want, because both Kaifa and Morel are working on this, I want the two of you to decide which one is doing the help action and which one is rolling.
I feel like since I'm doing the wind, I should probably be the one to roll.
Okay.
This is going to be
I
just
think
the
I'm
action
being
to get Dandy across.
tossed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm being
because
thrown
I can
Oh.
toss.
Oh, gotcha,
And then
gotcha.
you buoy with a little air bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you yeet, I whoosh, and then
I
they just go floating down to the other
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
like a
yeah,
dandelion.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Cool. Cool. All right.
Just
I
now,
Alice, I would say I am good at throwing things and I'm good at throwing people.
Mm-hmm. Are you
should see
prepared for
how
this?
she throws the seedlings around.
Yeah, I think I'm always prepared to toss somebody.
Okay, so Morel, if you'd like to go ahead and roll to help out, this would be for Bloom for you.
gotcha. Okay. You see Morel hands up like Moses at the Nile. Takes the hands down low, raises them high in the air. I needed to roll. I got a 4. That's over. Just what I
No.
needed.
Yes.
Yes, 'cause I'm rolling blue.
Over. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You're rolling bloom. Okay, so I get
You
4
get to roll
dice.
yes, and you get to roll decay, so it needs to be under.
I'm testing some dice real quick to see who's gonna betray me. Okay, you will not. Okay. Hell yeah! 2 2s, a 4, and a 5, and I had to beat a 5. So that's all successes. And an equilibrium, right? Because I
Yes.
hit a 5.
I was making sure all of those numbers match up in my head. So yes,
Yeah.
what would you like your question to be?
Oh shit. What's the best way to do this thing?
I mean, the best way to do this thing is to, when you're throwing Dandy, make sure
Mhm.
that you are timing it well with the wind, and that Dandy has the vines tied around a part of them.
I just like make it into like one of the like rock climbing harnesses real quick and like okay. You good, Dandy?
As ever as I'm gonna be.
All
Try
right.
not to flail. You won't be as aerodynamic like it.
Yeah. Tight and keep your knees bent so that you don't hurt yourself when you land, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And remember, do not aim your head at the ground.
Okay.
Well, I
No,
mean, don't look
I-
up, but like don't
Oh.
like
Look where you're
nose
landing,
dive.
but like don't land with your face.
Yeah.
Go with the flow,
Okay.
dude. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Short. Whoosh.
Dandy, there's a split second where animals in general are pretty rare to be seen, and birds even more so. But for a second, you feel like what those birds must feel like when you see them flying over. And then suddenly you feel like you hope those birds never feel like as you hit ground. And it's not enough to like actually damage you, but you feel that impact with the full weight of your body.
No.
Mhm.
She's
Basically on the other
definitely-
side.
Yeah, she's just gonna like hold that position for a bit. What the crap?
You did great, dude.
You got it! Look at you!
Yeah.
And then she's going to like start shakily untying the harness from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy to find like an outcropping of rock or something that's sturdy enough to tie this to.
As they're doing that, I'll just kind of head over to the other two and be like, "Did you see that, y'all? They were gone with the wind." No? No?
No.
No. Oh, well, I can't win them all. Hey, let me introduce you to this big old patch of clover I met over here.
I
They're
wanna-
really cool.
I'm gonna pick up Morel and toss him.
Ah!
Do I roll 4 dice again? Just
I mean, are you trying to toss him or like
I'm
the
trying to
vine-
throw him across. And the vines are there as a safety net.
Okay.
Morel has magic. It's fine, dude.
You're not going to be able to help out with this, Morel, because you used your wind. So this is just going to be a 3d6.
Okay. 2, 5, another equilibrium, and a 1. This one dice keeps rolling 5s, and I'm like, you gotta stop.
Wait till you have to roll Bloom.
No, never. Refuse. Not gonna.
Okay. But yeah, what questions do you
Okay.
have for me? You don't have to use those questions. You can make up whatever question you want.
Did Mother Nature know this was going to happen? Not in the meta sense of yes, of course you do, Alice, but
Please, I don't know what's going to happen. I have less control over the story than you four do.
that's fair. Did Mother Nature know the heart was going to be taken?
Mother Nature has no connection to Ashen beasts, to Ashen entities. They
Mhm.
are completely antithetical to her. They do
Mhm,
not
mhm.
belong to her. She has no control over their actions. This is not something that could have been anticipated. If anything, that Ashen entity can be anticipated, considering their main motivation is just to consume.
I yeeted.
Moral, you definitely hit ground.
Oh,
You're not sure if Typha had just a little bit of spite in that throw or not, but definitely hits.
I put some spin on it.
Morel just kind of laying there on the other side and just looks up into the sky and says, "You know what? That's a pretty good shot for a grass dude."
Yeah.
I
that-
missed. You were supposed to hit the rock.
You're only beating yourself down, dude. It's all good. You did it perfect.
But Typha, Nettle, how did the two of you get across?
Just gonna crawl across the vines.
I'll hold one in to make sure.
Like I said, when you tied it, when you were making this vine rope, Nettle, it was going to hold at least 3 people. So
Yep.
you get across it fairly easily. It holds as you cross, though. I'm not sure how you feel about heights when looking down. It's
I
a
feel
long
better
drop.
about it having the rope in my hands versus sailing over.
I think
This is
most
the
people
lesser
would.
of two evils.
But yeah, it's an intense view down. You can see where, who knows how many centuries ago, water kind of eroded this cavern, and you can see like the lines left in the rock. And at one point, it probably wasn't as deep of a fall as it was into what had to be a great river. And you think as you crawl across, you can almost see like a trickling of water amongst the river rock. So at this height, that just might be a trick of the eye. Maybe. One day. Typha, how do you get across?
I also take the vine. If it was supposed to hold the weight of 3 people.
Are you tying the vine to something because you said you were holding it?
Yeah, I'm gonna tie the vine to something.
So
Or
you
you
found-
could just swing across.
I thought about that, but I know Alice would immediately punish me for doing that.
As they're climbing across, I'll just kind of walk over to the vine and just kind of look at it for a moment and just think about it, think really hard about that vine. And, you know, it's right there. It's such an easy thing. Hey, Typha, good show. You're doing a great job, dude. We're proud of you.
Just ignoring morale.
So easy, just so easy. Violence is never the answer, dude. Peace. It's all about the peace.
But the four of you are across safely. No one has lost life or connection. And as you've crossed this cavern, the way back, the way the path takes you back up. You've definitely saved some time instead of going all the way around this cavern. And I think it's very obvious how much time you had saved because before long, you start to smell that like acid stench that was coming from that smaller pool. Just it's a lot heavier, noxious, and it just kind of like sits in your lungs, heavy and dragging, and the air it hangs like smoke in the air almost, but smoke in the way that how heat reflects off of asphalt, off of metal in almost waves. And if you're getting closer to this, if you're wanting to go in this direction, if this is the direction you choose to go, these puddles start to show up again, to become apparent, and they seem to just be refuse off of something, maybe an injury, maybe just what creatures leave behind in this sludgy material, tar-like. And if any of you get close and accidentally step in it, it just clings to your skin in a way that's hard to get rid of. Oh, it's nasty. It is horrible. It is foul and it just oppresses the air around it. And these puddles start to grow larger and you start to see lumps in them that turn into bigger masses that almost seem to like inhale and exhale. And it's almost like animalistic in the way this stuff is moving, almost like a pack of animals resting. And it seems to be a clear division in the middle of all of this. It's a creature that practically the opposite of the sludge. It's massive and white and furred and seems to glow like green around the edges. And you look at it and suddenly it morphs. It kind of shrinks in on itself in its small, stubby legs and red, orange fur. And it seems to like just track around this sludge, not getting too close to it. And this seems to be the bestial heart. And seems to be the ashen entities, ashen beasts that have trapped it here. And I think this is also a good time for us to take our first break for the night. So we'll see you guys in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Of course, if you would like to contribute to charities while we were gone, they will, every $10, enter you into a chance to win one of our giveaways and support 2 amazing charities.
Yeah.
So,
Heck yeah.
bye guys. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Hi guys, welcome back. Um, we are currently about halfway through our adventure tonight on Decay and Bloom, which is a little lasers and feelings pack, all about restoring the balance to a destroyed Earth. My four people here are playing along for charity. If you look over in chat, you will see we are supporting Rewild and PCRF this week on Wild Week. Every $10 donation does enter you in for a chance to win one of the amazing prizes we have, and it also just goes to a good cause. So far, we are already $60 into our $500 goal, and I could not be more happy because that is already hitting 10%. And we're going to get back into action here. Our little group has stumbled upon the Ashen Beasts, a honestly kind of disgusting hive mind of the worst parts of humanity that have been destroyed. And within this conglomerate is the bestial heart, which has been trapped. The bestial heart is kind of scraps of different wild animals that have gone extinct that the Great Mother is trying to restore to this world. And they are on a job to save it and escort it to the Yearning Meadows. So, four of you come across the Ashen Beast. It has to be more than one. After all, this is like a sprawling, just ichor across the land here. It's not quite as far as the eye can see, but it goes on a lot longer than anyone wanted to. And it's rot, it's decay in the worst way. It is against everything that you are made out of. It just hangs in the air. If you stayed, you could probably feel it poisoning you just by being around it. And it's awful. It clings to your skin in the air. And Morel, you specifically as a druid and your connection to the earth and this group of things, it just feels angry and hatred and destruction and hunger.
Oof. Everybody, I don't know if y'all can hear or feel this, but nothing but negative vibes coming off of these horrible creatures down there. They're distorting the land, perverting the land. You gotta get the heart out of there before it
Typhus
corrupts
already-
that too.
Typha's already looking at Nettle like, we ready for this?
And
Morel's
about
gonna grab them all by the shoulder like, y'all can't just go in there swinging.
Why?
The mother said that these things are far more powerful than anything we can do. Going up against one is just suicide.
I'm not going after it. I'm gonna grab the heart and then run out.
Well, the moment you run down there, they're gonna spot you.
Can you make me fly?
I mean,
I
probably
can't-
you. I mean, you're kind of bigger than me. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I can't make you fly, but I can make you less visible, or at
Ooh.
least the area less visible.
Okay.
I think
So
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
okay, so I will be able to run in and do what I do best.
Yes, and
Okay.
hopefully they won't see you, because I'll do like when dandelions go to seed and it goes poof, and there's
Yeah.
clouds of that.
Oh, okay.
You thinking like
Alright.
a dandelion cloud?
So what are you guys gonna be doing while I run?
Do we want to distract them in like another direction, like make noise in different directions so they think that we're coming in from one side when really you're coming in from another?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we get the dandelion cloud to obscure the things and like kind of make them all blind, then you can rush down there and do your swiping thing. Okay, and then what if then I use the earth to grasp those things? Stop them in their tracks, keep them from coming towards you. That way you can get it out of, what was it, a cage? Is it in a cage?
No, it's
Or
it's trapped and kind of caged in by the fact that basically it is sitting in a circle. The
Gotcha.
bestial heart just kind of keeps morphing into animals you have never seen before because they have not been on this earth in centuries. And it is just kind of trapped by the ashen beast on all sides.
So you can so you can morph the earth, right? Can you like
Probably.
sinkhole them? Like leave the heart on like a dais and sinkhole all of the things around it?
I feel like that's might be a little too much for just one druid on his own, but what if instead I lift the heart up with stone, put it on like a column above? That would get it out of their range at least and away from them.
Not too high. I gotta be able to grab it.
I will say, Morel, have you been keeping track of how many times you've been using that spell?
Twice.
Because you only get 5.
Yes, so I've used it twice so far. And I've used Dispel once. So yeah, if I could raise up the earth and bring it a little towards us, maybe it could jump down over the things. You could grab it and then rush it out of there while dandelion fog is all around him.
Question. When I grab it, which way do I need to go to get to the Yearning Meadows? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stop.
I mean, it's still a 2-day trek.
That's fair.
So you need to sneak away.
Not so good at sneaking. I can run it into traps. Nettle's good at traps.
Ooh.
So if anything follows me, after you guys distract, I can run into a path of traps where I know where they are. And I can do.
It'll at least
Yeah.
slow them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
then
this
you
is a
guys
solid
can-
plan.
All right. Cool. How do I help? All I have to do is run. So I cannot help
so-
with the setup.
You run, grab. Maybe you could help Nettle set up the traps in the meantime.
Okay. Can do that.
So if Typha's helping Nettle set up traps, Typha will not be able to help Morel the roll.
Do I need to help Morel?
You'd said help. I didn't know if you were trying to help Morel's roll.
Anybody. Blanket statement. Cat, the dice are not for chewing.
Yes, they are.
That's you.
No.
All right, I guess
Okay.
I will go litter the path with traps.
So we know that you're
So-
prepared in that and an expert. How is
3 days?
Typha helping?
I think part of it's just probably pointing out where you can remember that they are
Yeah.
there.
And also
You're
like
helping me plot it out.
physically helping like tie things down, lift things, move things. I am beefy grass.
All right. So Beefy Grass can go ahead and roll for Decay.
4.
Yay.
I help.
You do. So Nettle can have the 46.
All right. And am I rolling Decay or am I rolling Bloom? I would argue that this is kind of knowledge based.
I'm going to argue that this is more of Decay because you're actually having to manually put these together.
Okay. So Decay I have to be over 4.
Under.
4.
You would want to roll Decay on this anyways. A
Hmm.
higher margin of success.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 under. I have 1 meeting.
Sweet.
Said how many under?
2.
Okay. Do it. Did any of them meet your number?
1.
And you have achieved equilibrium with that. So is there a question you would like to ask?
Probably just what kind of trap is going to trip them up the best.
The best kind of trap for these things is something that will contain them. Cat. Because you're not sure if this mass is just one ashen beast that is so large that it is spread out, or if it is multiple ashen beasts that this is how they travel in this like fluid and this like tar mucky substance.
Okay.
But they don't seem also entirely solid at the same time. So while there's the possibility that like traditional state snares might trip them up, it's not going to be for long.
So maybe more holes in the ground, something that they can kind of like slide into or might like trap bits of the tar.
Yes.
Okay. So focus on those.
So is that what you're doing with this success?
Yeah.
Like building drop traps and everything?
Mhm.
Okay. So that leaves Morel.
Okay. So yeah, what I was going to be doing is once the fog cloud gets over the creature and is obscuring what we're doing, that's when I shoot up the heart.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess
Shoot
I'm
up the
rolling.
heart sounds like such unfortunate wording.
Dandy, are you going to roll for the help on that? For Bloom?
Yeah, I will help. I will assist.
For your little fog
A
spell?
little by the fog. And that's just a 1d6, right?
Yes. You're just trying to roll over your number.
I did. I got a 4 over a 2.
Yay.
Nice.
Perfect. So yeah, Morel, you watch as like this fog of dandelion fluff just kind of floats away from Dandy and like out over this field. And go ahead and roll the 4d6.
Awesome. Interesting. So I rolled 3 6s and a 1.
Okay, so for Bloom, you
Well,
want to
that
roll
happened
over your
twice in one
number.
game.
Good.
Yeah, so I got 3 successes, none of them, no equilibrium.
Yep.
Awesome. So you just see you see you see Morel just kind of stand up on this little cliffside right as the fluff comes swirling about the beast, and he sees the heart there, and he just reaches down into the heart of the earth and grasps the primal elements of the earth, and kind of like Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender, just shoots this spike of earth up, catapulting the heart into the air into my grassy friend's waiting arms.
Well, I would have to be running down there to meet this, correct?
Yeah, so you'd be running to catch and then spin and run the opposite direction towards the traps.
Cool. So I'm guessing I have to make a decay roll to do this. Can I have my expert and prepared? I was prepared.
You're
And
prepared.
I'm good at running.
How are you an expert though in this?
I'm good at retrieval.
I mean,
Easy grab.
obviously, I feel like Typha has medals, like from running the 400-meter dash at our
Can't
in our
read,
village and stuff.
can do, can't read, can run.
So failed English but passed PE.
Yeah. Oh, we love to see it, guys. That is a 1, 2, 2, 5. Because this dice cannot roll anything other than a fucking 5.
Okay,
So
so
it's an
what's your question?
equilibrium. I can re-ask questions, right?
Yeah, you can ask whatever you want.
Okay, so like, what's the best way to do this? Obviously.
I mean, the best way to do this is try and get out as fast as you possibly can, because if your goal is to save the heart, you might have to leave your friends behind. Because as you, Typh, as you start racing over this ground, like the moment action started, the dandelion fluff did kind of conceal it a little bit. But the Ashen Beast, like as soon as that movement was made in the ground, they started reacting, and you can see on the pillar of stone of ground that Morel made, some of it is like just holding on in tendrils, climbing up of it, and you can see it start to like try and lap at your feet. And it's encroaching. You can't see like the bulk of these beasts yet, but the edges of them are coming. And
Okay.
as you like race over, yes, some of it is falling into the traps. You're again not sure if this is just one entity or multiple. But what doesn't fall into the traps is still coming.
Oh Lord, they coming. All right. So I think I'm just hauling ass. Like I think as soon as like I'm clear enough where I feel like I can set the heart down and tell it to sit, stay, and then turn around and go help. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, roll Bloom for that. You're trying to converse with an animal.
Okay.
I don't think you're prepared or expert in this either, so.
So just one dice, and it has to roll a 5. It has to roll a 5 or a 6, or do I have to hit a 6?
It has to roll at or above.
Okay. Okay. Holy shit! I gotta take a picture of that. I can't make that shit up. I rolled a 6. I picked up a dice I've not touched all night because I was like, this one failed me earlier when I was test rolling. I'll post it in the Discord. That's just funny. Yeah, so I rolled a 6.
Mhm.
I just look at it and I go, all respect, but stay. I'm gonna go help, and then we will all take you to where you need to go. Capiche?
Kind of watch it like grow like a little bit bigger into like this fuzzy, almost like brown, almost like ball shaped with like this long tail that's not covered in fur.
Oh, you're so cute. You stay right there.
What are the rest of you doing? As Typha is making their way across a trap-laden field.
Since the plan was obviously a success, Morel's just gonna go ahead and head on out of here. Maybe find something to nibble on or something like that instead. Cause we're good. Peace out, y'all.
Like, is Morel headed back to like the village?
No, but he's just piecing out of the area.
My job is done. Bye.
No, the plan is obviously to meet up again, but zigzag, go the opposite direction, lead a few different, go a few different ways that might just
Well, so
confuse
this
the creature.
requires you guys to go off map, like off trail map.
I mean,
So if you want to,
I'm
you
one
can
with
roll.
nature, dude.
You can roll Decay for me.
Sure,
And
why
I
not?
don't feel like you're exactly prepared or an expert in off trail travel.
I mean, I feel like I've been wandering about the woods pretty much always, looking for bits and bobs and all the stuff I need to make my magic. So like, I'm just always out there in the woods, just following along where the mushroom leads, dude. You know.
I would let you roll expert if you really think that. But you weren't not prepared to go off-road traveling, considering
that's
you
fair.
also didn't take anything with you.
Everything I need is right here, you know, and out there in nature. Why do I need anything else? The bounty of nature provides, dude.
So I'll let you roll 2d6.
Sure. I have to roll.
You're
Under
rolling
3.
Decay.
Okay, so I'm rolling
Yes.
under a 3. Okay. I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Okay, so you barely manage it. I'm gonna say Morel, as you like leave, it's still pretty hard to see with all of the dandelion fluff obscuring, and I think Nettle put their traps pretty spread out. So I don't think you land in one that already has the Ashen Beast in it, but you definitely land in one of their pit traps.
Ow! Ew, my foot, that hurts. Kind
You're
of limping
supposed
a
to
little bit.
avoid those.
I mean, sometimes you when you focus more on the sky and the forces of nature, you miss what's right there at your feet. That's a lesson of life, dude. You know.
Yeah, but what's at your feet was the dangerous part.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow wherever it leads you, and it just lands you in a pit trap, dude.
Nettle, Andy.
So is Nettle down there, or is she up, or are they up with me?
I don't know where anyone's at right now.
I don't know where
besides
I'm at
Typha,
either.
And Morel's in a hole.
I probably stayed pretty close to the pit traps.
And where we
So-
started at was like up above, is that right? Like above a valley
Mhm.
kind of thing?
Kinda, yeah. At least
Okay.
elevated.
Yeah. Well, I guess everyone else has gone down, so I'm not gonna jump down because that didn't seem great.
No,
Uh,
I was the only one who went down. I think everybody else is.
No.
Burrell just kind of wandered off, and there's
Oh, I thought
not-
he jumped down. Okay.
I'm just kind of going around the outer perimeter to meet everyone up at the other side, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Staying away from the
Um,
bad things.
Yeah, I'll go around. Oh,
Oh, lost. There you are.
I'm back.
I was like, who
Can't
turned
see
the
someone's-
microwave on?
Yeah, that's what I was like listening. I'm like, is the microwave running? Yeah, she'll go around the perimeter, I guess, of stay close to the edge so she can kind of see the path through this gully. Watching out for traps, trying to keep an eye on where everyone is. Probably not succeeding that very well, but
Okay. Do you feel like this is more physical for you, or
yes.
are you
I
prepared
do.
or an expert at all?
No.
So go ahead and roll that 1d6.
We do have a
Yes.
floating hero point,
We
by the
do.
way.
And that's just a re-roll, right? In the system would be a re-roll.
Yeah, the
Okay.
added dice would be the 1d6 to it.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2. Which
Well,
my
that's
number
good.
is a 2?
Nice.
That's really good because then you get to ask me a question.
Um. Da-da-da. What should I be on the lookout for?
There you go.
I mean, besides the traps,
Yeah.
you're gonna want to be on the lookout for the Ashen Beasts because they don't. Again, they don't seem to like keep one solid form, especially when they are moving.
Mhm.
And with all of this dandelion fluff still in the air, they might get the drop on you quicker than you think.
Okay. So yeah, she will keep her eyes peeled in that regard as she's slowly making her way.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that is only one success.
Mhm.
So, take a little bit of harm in this.
Oh no.
Yeah, Dandy, I get it's hard to see, even for you, considering this is magic that you created. And one of whatever part of this Ashen Beast is close by, it's definitely been making its way across to whatever movement it can feel on the ground. And just feel something stinging and burning wrap around your ankle.
Oh.
But it does not move. Like even when you tear your foot away from it, it is just still clinging to your body.
Yeah.
And it hurts. It's like pouring hot oil or something on your skin. And it doesn't go away. And you don't have the time necessarily to stop and deal with it.
She
It
will
will slow you down.
limp her way around.
Brings us to Nettle.
I would argue that I am both prepared and an expert in avoiding my own traps.
I mean,
So
you can still
dark.
roll for Decay.
One success, two fails.
That's fine. That's still one success.
Rolled two sixes. And
Wait,
a
you
one.
You rolled how many?
2 6s and a 1.
Okay, I thought you said you only rolled 2. Yeah. I mean, you know where your traps are at, and you're confident that you can get around them. The problem is there's other things that you can't anticipate, and I think in this situation you can either help out Morel or get yourself to safety. Because you can tell where your traps are at and you can hear the difference when one is sprung between this like gooping creature and your little mushroom friend.
I'll help Morel.
Oh, hey, dude, where'd you come from?
Come on, let's get you out of the hole.
Oh, man. I got totally lost over here, dude.
And then Nettlegoose, as you're reaching to help Morel out, that same like burning, stinging feeling that Dandy received, like it's wrapped around your left hand, around your wrist, and you can look down and see through this like fog of dandelion fluff, like just like this black ichorous like substance that's almost hardening as it hits your body.
Not ideal. Not ideal. But we're gonna get Morel out of here, and we're gonna go.
I feel like we're both limping at this point.
Probably a little bit, but Morel's is mostly self-inflicted by accident.
Oh, my hammy, dude. Oh, that looks a lot worse.
And the three of you are slowed down, so you can like at this point, as like the dandelion fluff like starts to fade away, because unfortunately it is not permanent. And it does leave you to see like just this undulating figure like in the midst of all of this. It's like these things have kind of grouped together, those lumps, and you can almost see like arms like slide out of the sludge to pull it along. And in like the head of this like mass, it kind of, you're not sure if it's like a head lifting up or a maw opening, but it just kind of lifts, and you can watch like as just like the strings of this stuff connect with the ground, and it's just this roar. Like it doesn't sound animal. You don't know what it sounds like. It sounds artificial. It sounds like you don't know the word human. You don't know what the ones before were, but it almost sounds like a sentient scream, as like it does move forward towards you, towards the movement in the earth. You don't know if it actually sees anything, but it's definitely tracking the four of you.
Does it sound like Tim Curry?
No.
Are we like in a tunnel or something?
No, you're out.
We're outside.
You're on a you're out in like a field, and like out in the open. There's not a lot of foliage around. There's not a lot of trees. Like this
Is this about the time that Typha comes running back?
I'd say so. Like
Okay.
Typha, you are running back towards the three of your companions, and you are looking at this thing head on as they are all in like seemingly states of injury, moving towards you at a pace that you would hate to be at.
Who looks hurt worse? Worst.
Worst would probably be Dandy. Like,
I think I run in and I shoulder check Dandy and into a fireman's carry, and then turn around going, move!
Now, the heart is like a creature. Is this something that we could? Is it big enough that somebody could ride it?
It's
It
a
depends
ways
on what it
away because I
morphs in.
left it. I left it in a bush, and I'm pretty sure if I understood the description, it looks like my cat right now. So.
No, it looks like a beaver.
Oh, okay, even better.
It's hard to describe animals to things that have never seen these animals before.
It's true. It's true.
So big
Yeah.
enough to ride on.
No,
Is all I'm hearing.
I'm a 9-foot tall grass person. No.
Oh. I was imagining Morel like literally 2 inches tall.
Oh, that makes the image of me yeeting you so much funnier. If you're this big and you got chucked by a 9-foot tall grass person, literally chucked you like a football and put some spin on it.
I never defined on what size y'all were, but I was thinking like humanoid.
Yeah.
But if you guys choose otherwise, that's on you.
Well, Morel's definitely much smaller than that. Yeah,
I don't
we'll
know if
call
Morel
Morel
is-
like halfling size, like around 3.5 foot tall.
I don't necessarily know if Morel is beaver riding size, but
Oh well,
Freezing,
now they
Alice.
it's worth a try. Okay.
All right. So, is that a decay roll from me?
yes.
Oh. I get 3 dice because I was prepared and expert earlier for running and carrying.
I'll say yeah.
We are golden. 2 4s and a 2. Bless the Miri dice, Miri. Thank you. They have not failed me.
Very single-handedly saving your butt tonight.
Literally.
But yeah, the two of you watch as Typha picks up Dandy like a toy and just starts sprinting across the field. And Nettle and Morel, 2 of you are left to escape this creature coming up behind you.
Okay.
My injury doesn't affect my running. Does
No,
I'll just stretch out the hammy a little bit, you know. Do a little squats. Okay. Let's go. I'm wearing flip flops. I don't really run too fast.
you should probably just take those off. Just check them.
Nah, but they look so great with the robe, dude.
Are they worth dying over?
I mean,
The pause.
let me think about it, dude.
Bye. I'm gonna take off running.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, booking it.
okay, you guys go ahead and give me decay rolls.
Think here.
Can I assist Morel
How?
by being like, follow me, and like pointing out the path to follow that would be easiest?
I'd say if you're doing that, you have to roll it as Bloom.
Okay. Let's see if this dice will roll a 6 again. It rolled a 5, which is my number.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You can, Morel, you can add 1d6.
Okay, so I can roll 2.
Yes, you can roll
Okay.
2 on decay.
Okay, this is gonna
I
go
love
really,
these
really
dice.
well. This is gonna go really well. I'm rolling decay, which means I have to roll under a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped. It just fell. God damn it. Let me try this again. Holy fuck! Snake eyes! Hold on, gotta take a picture of this.
love to see it, guys.
Heck yeah. Where is it? Gotta find the right chat now.
I mean, I believe you. I just know you're very excited about this.
Yes, I am. Snake Eyes.
Oh my god.
I actually survived.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would. You just see the flip-flops go flying like that old lady from Kung Fu Hustle, and like you see the robes are just pulled up and the legs are just spinning as they go flying through the grass.
By some miracle, Morel does manage to kind of not exactly keep pace with Typha because no one can keep pace with Typha right now, but definitely manages to stay ahead of the Ashen Beast, Nettle.
I rolled a 3, so I rolled under.
Yeah.
Good. You managed to keep pace too, but you only rolled 1d6, right?
Yep.
Nettle, that place on your wrist is just kind of getting bigger as this like creeps up your arm. And that burning feeling just kind of extends. And it's hard to use that hand. I hope you're not left-handed.
Problem to think about later.
Oh man, dude, I got something for the pain if you need it.
Does our healer, can our healer do anything about this?
They could definitely try.
She's currently being rushed away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once we stop escaping, we'll see if you can do something about this.
If not, I have an axe.
It is a solution.
Death is never the end.
Only the beginning.
I was meaning more of amputation, but okay.
Believe it or not, that's not the first time this solution has come up for me.
Oh
Well,
no, it
listen.
isn't.
If I die by your hand, do I respawn without the injury?
That's a fair point. Mommy can bring you back.
But yeah, Typha, you stop roughly where you have hidden the bestial heart, correct?
The beaver.
And it has just kind of like curled up into a ball. It's kind of shaking a little bit. Like it can hear it's an animal for the most part, so it can hear everything that's been going on and has like curled up for safety in this little bush.
Point at Dandy. Comfort, please. I'm scary. And then I go back and just try and catch up with the others to try and run people back again.
They're there.
Kind of makes like a little chittering noise. And
okay.
like Typha isn't the scary one, it's this entire situation.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna help you. Take you where you need to go. And while she's comforting him, she's going to use her catalyst of healing touch. There's no limit to those, right? Like that's not like the spells. Right?
I mean, it's an ability, so they don't necessarily have a limit.
Okay.
It doesn't list one.
Okay, I just was making sure because I didn't mark it down last time, but I wasn't sure. So while she's comforting them, she'd like to do healing touch on herself. So because their leg hurts.
Okay, so go ahead with your bloom roll. You are prepared and
I'm
an expert in this.
Expert, so it's 3d6. What?
I rolled the dice I did.
I no, because you cheat when you roll the dice.
Let her
Hold on,
roll
hold
the
on.
dice.
Can let her roll the dice.
Oh my god.
If you roll and don't just place it.
Okay.
No,
That's
she'll do
Need
that.
to
adorable.
She'll
roll-
roll and then she'll be like, I got a 6.
Wait, yeah,
She
let
needs
her
to
roll a
higher
6.
than a 2. Yeah, let her roll a 6.
Yeah, let her roll that 6. Come on. Don't take away her dreams.
No, it's fine. Tell him what number he rolled. Okay. She rolled a 1, and a 2.
Well, at least the 2 counts.
The 2 counts.
Yeah.
Do
You can
it.
ask me a
The 2
question
counts.
too.
Okay. Sure, you can roll 2. That won't count, but well, that one got double 6s and a 4. You're my roller now. So, question.
You can ask with me whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just got it for you once.
What is the best way to get to the meadow where I'm currently at?
If you keep following the map.
Yeah,
Okay.
she rolled
The
it.
map
know if
is
there was,
made for
like-
that. There's not really like
Okay.
a straightforward way. You don't know what like
And
outside of this carefully drawn map exists because someone took the time to like mark out what it's on the route. But
Okay.
like the best or at least the safest way is
I just didn't
by
know
following the map.
if we could see anything like, oh, there's a whole bunch of monsters that way. Don't go that way. Okay,
Not that you can tell yet.
cool. So yeah, I got 1 success.
So the idea is like you're fixing this damage to your arm. Like
Just to my leg, wasn't it?
that, yeah, so yours was to your leg. But as you're like fixing the damage to your leg, the stuff it starts to slowly flake off. It doesn't entirely disappear from you though. You do manage to at least deaden the nerves, so you don't feel the pain. But it's not gone.
Okay. So yeah, she'll just sit there and do her best to comfort this creature. Is it changing shapes anymore, or is it staying as a beaver?
I mean, after a little bit, like the bestial heart, it seems doesn't really like settle on a shape long term, because it doesn't know what it wants to be yet. But it does like shrink down to this little like pockets, like small, fluffy, chubby cheeked little creature.
I love it even more now.
Hey there, little dude. You hungry?
So Morel finally shows up.
Morel comes wandering up. Oh, wow. Hey, you got that little creature there. You hungry, dude? You look
Once
like you're
I've-
hungry.
Yeah, once I've made sure that like everybody is clear, I'm like, you know, eyes on our 6. I'm like, pick it up, let's go. We don't have time to stop. Let's go.
You
Don't
all are
mind the-
picking.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you all are picking up and moving.
Unless
Yeah.
Nettle lets us know that they need healing. Yes.
Or other
Please,
things.
please heal me. My hand looks not great, and it feels
I mean,
even worse.
I can try to heal.
Is this something like Morel could assist with in healing?
This is where I'm gonna say no because it's an ability and not a spell.
Gotcha. Well, what if they're like just getting some of those healing herbs and kind of like making a poultice to help out?
Okay, why don't you go ahead and roll bloom for me?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloom. Got to roll over 3. I failed. I rolled a 2.
Damn.
So Nettle Morel just kind of like starts slapping some like wet leaves and like branches onto your arm. Doesn't really do much.
Little mud
But the
right
healer
here.
handled that.
No, it's a healing poultice. Here, quit protesting. Eat this mushroom. Just sticks a mushroom in your mouth.
I just spit it out.
Yeah.
Dandy is just ignoring whatever Morel is doing and just focusing on the hand or the arm. And that's 3 because I was prepared. I'm an expert, and just the normal one. Well, I want to roll over. This is Bloom, right?
Yes.
Huzzah! I rolled 2 6s and a 2.
Yay.
Yeah.
What question do you
Nice.
have for me?
I don't know.
Can we hide from the thing? Oh.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously we should be on the lookout for like more of the gross things. I feel like that's a given. What's the best way to do this thing? Do we want to go just bolt in and just get it done quick, like get there as quick as we can, or do we need to be a bit more cautious and take our time maybe a little bit to try to sneak past things?
As far as you can tell, the bestial, like the ashen beast, do not have eyes and seem to be reacting mostly on like sound and movement and kind of like almost echolocation where they're like tracking the movement your group is
Mhm.
making, which
Yeah.
is why when you were moving around so much, they were able to kind of pinpoint exactly where you were.
Okay. So that would be 3 successes.
Yeah. Maybe you're not really sure what it was, Dandy, that you couldn't exactly heal yourself, but on Nettle's arm, this stuff just kind of like, as it like dried to them, it just like flakes and falls off, and
Oh, well, that was much easier than mine.
like see that reddened tint to your skin left behind.
Glad to not be goopy anymore.
So I think we should try to go a little bit more slow and cautious so they don't hear us, because they seem to follow by hearing, and if we're just running and making a lot of sound, I feel like we're gonna be found a lot more, maybe.
Okay. So we find a good place to hide. And then we hide.
Well, maybe not hide, but we just go quiet. We can still go, it's just we need to be quiet walking, not running. Maybe.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I will scoop up. What does it look like now?
I mean, it's still that little hamster body for a moment, and like again, after a little bit, it kind of like lengthens. Its like arms grow out. It kind of like takes on this like more scaly appearance, like as it develops like 4 legs and like the long tail and like just like a yeah, it's a lizard. It's like an iguana.
Okay. Loop it over my shoulders. Scratch it. Quiet.
Oh, that's crazy. I fed it one of the mushrooms and it got longer.
I think it
Maybe.
just does that.
I think it just does that. Yeah, I don't think that was you.
You sure?
It could have been the
Pretty
mushroom.
sure.
Maybe the mushroom made it want to have that body.
I mean, different mushrooms can do different things. So, some expand the mind. I don't see why others wouldn't expand the body, you know, dude?
I don't think I'd want a mushroom that would expand my body.
I don't know. There's
yeah.
this one caterpillar I met this one time, and
Morel, it's
they're what?
following sound.
oh,
Stop
right,
talking.
let's be quiet. Shh, lizard, be quiet, dude.
I'm just
sticking
gonna
up the
like,
mushroom in its mouth.
I'm gonna just like resist the urge to get like a, like, just muzzle Morel.
So the four of you kind of take it, like how quiet, how slow.
I feel like we should go like a good pace, but not, but as fast as we can, as quietly as we can. If that makes any sense. So speed sneaking.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
Morel is absolutely doing that as we're sneaking.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
We're like Kronk with his theme song. Duh,
It's literally what Type is doing. This lizard over the shoulders.
See, I had the Pink Panther theme in my head when I was envisioning that.
Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Ba-da-da-doo.
So I will say, like after like a good bit of travel, you can't see this thing.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean that it wasn't following in your direction. Because I will say, like, the journey to the Yearning Meadows, it's not a short one. And the four of you have to rest at some point. And I mean, when you rest, there's probably points in the night where whoever is on watch hears creaking, hears like some like mucky suctioning sound out in the distance. And I think there's probably at least one night where everyone has to like get up early, like well before the sun is risen to get back traveling. And
As we're traveling, could I have been using my magic to like disguise our trail to like, you know, use the wind to blow away any footprints or disturbances that we make? That way,
Any
like,
sense that we
any
leave
scent
behind.
that we leave behind. That way, it's, you know, obscuring our travel.
definitely go ahead and roll Bloom for me.
Okay. And do I get the expertise on this and all that? So that's 3 dice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I rolled a 1, a 4, and a 6. So that's 2 over.
Yep. So you do manage it. It seems you hope that it's confused something from your trail. Like it might not be foolproof. It's not like there's just one ashen beast either. So there's no guarantee that you're not being tracked by something, even if like something just managed to catch your trail for a little while. But for the most part, this stretch of your journey, it's dry. The earth is cracked. It is. You are probably the only living thing out here at this point. You can see where there used to be like lake beds with softer dirt and the husked remains of trees. And you hard to determine what is able to ravage the land this badly. And it makes some of you wonder what was the ones before. How was this able to happen? How are you going to be able to kill this thing? And it's probably on that last half day of journey of travel that things start like forming out of the dirt. It's foreign and alien to you, like long pieces of metal like just shoot out of the earth, rusted and vine, vines themselves long decompose. And it almost looks like the outlines of structures, some things walled that might have been natural materials once upon a time, but you don't know what caused them to get stuck in that formation. And
Hmm.
as you walk through ruins of this, they just seem to like like crowd around you. They seem to like just be lined up on either side of this trail, far far taller than even you, Typha. Most of them rotted out and clearly not natural enough to ever decay and return the Great Mother. These things, you don't know how long they've been left here, but they've been left here, and whatever these materials are just kind of echo your steps. Everything seems to like wrap around it and just kind of echoes. Even like the quietest noises. I think you can hear something off in the distance.
But we're in the meadows?
No, you're not there yet. You're in the
Okay.
last part of it, but you're in. You don't even really know what to call this. It's not like the village that you're used to, but it doesn't seem to be like something that happened naturally or organically. Heralds might not know them as such, but this seems to be like the remnants of some sort of city.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank you for the raid, High Shelf Collective.
Thanks for the raid, guys.
You're joining us
Howdy.
towards the end of our Lasers and Feelings hack, Decay and Bloom for Charity.
Yeah. So we went to the stream ending page. There it goes.
Welcome back. That was a false ending.
Didn't even get my one-liner in. Damn.
Okay, so yeah. I'm saying at this point we stop being careful and we just run it. But I'm the
No.
brash one, literally, so.
I mean, dude, like, that's a lot of crazy places that something could just jump out at us. I feel like we need to be careful. Your heart may be on your sleeve, but we don't want it to be underfoot, dude.
It's fair. Chris, you're muted.
Yeah, I forgot I muted. Physically, too. I do that so the captions don't pick up on my conversations with my children.
That's valid.
What I was saying was I could do the my catch a wish spell again, which is with all the floaty, like the floaty hiding things.
We can do that.
And that could get us at least maybe to the thing, because they said there was other ritual people there, right? Like we're not going to a place where we're just alone. There's other people there.
Yeah.
So maybe
Just
there's
gotta
like a
get
safe
there.
place.
I mean, could do like we did before. I run, y'all distract.
as long as the heart gets there, that's the important thing, right, dude? So maybe like the rest of us just set up a perimeter and we keep the distractions going and use the element of surprise. And you can get the heart there and all will be well.
So
Yeah.
I think we proved that the rest of us are not good at running.
No.
No,
No offense. You're not.
No, I see. These sandals, they're just not made for running, dude. I just gotta
I
walk.
don't know why you wear them.
They're just really comfortable, Like they're made out of wood. They got some vine around the toes, and like people always say that you shouldn't wear socks and sandals, but I just feel like it's really comfortable, dude.
What's a sock?
Oh, it's this thing here that's on the feet.
Is that woven from grass?
Well, yeah, and a little bit of other stuff too, dude.
You used bits of things like me to make yourself foot coverings.
I mean, you've never really noticed the fact that your hair hasn't been growing for like a long time, dude.
What happened to violence? I'm running.
Morel's the night barber.
Oh wait, did you want me to do the thing? Okay, bye.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna be honest. You remember that the Ashen Beasts, they don't have eyes.
It's
No,
fine.
okay. Instead of that, then what
The
about?
dandelion fluff makes them sneeze, Alice.
Maybe they have hay fever. I mean,
Maybe
in theory, it could
I'm just
muffle
supposed
the
to be
sound,
fans
though.
of my players, so
I know.
Okay,
Well-
okay. I got it. So what if Morel creates a big old tidal wave of water that goes rushing forward, creating a lot of loud sounds as all the water is going spraying everywhere?
Away from me, I hope.
Away from you, the opposite direction, yeah, and creates just tons and tons of sound that'll muffle the sounds of Typha.
Okay.
so are you actually making? Is it just the sounds you're making, or?
Yeah, it's actually just Morel going really, really loud. No, like he actually gets up there and raises their hands up and calls down the elemental forces of water from the sky to just pelt down rain over the whole area, just creating a loud cacophony of rainstorm. That's the wall of the clouds is just edge where Typha then goes running in the opposite direction.
Okay, if you're gonna do this, this is not going to be a help out roll. It's going to be an actual bloom roll.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
You're gonna roll
Bloom.
your 3d6s for being prepared, and expert, and for bloom.
Perfect. And is anybody able to help me out somehow to create more sounds? I don't know, like grab something and make the lightning shakes.
Get a rain
Yeah.
stick.
I'll grab like some sticks.
Shake branches.
Whoa. Yeah, I will help out. That's a 1. I don't know what I was rolling, but I rolled a 1.
Well, if it's bloom, that's bad.
I know, I didn't know what I was rolling. I just knew 1d6.
It would
We
be
do got-
bloom.
We do
Okay,
got that
well,
that hero point if we need it.
I mean, the thing is with helping though, it just doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will keep that hero point for someone else who might need it more.
Okay, so I'm rolling 3, right? 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, Dandy's over there going. Not being
Okay.
loud at all.
So I rolled a 1 and 2 6s.
Well, you got the 2 success
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty good.
Either any
good.
of those equilibrium?
No, I had to roll. Equilibrium is 3, so
Mm-hmm.
2 6s and a 1.
So, Morale, you manage somehow to kind of harness a cloud that is like nearby, one of like rare clouds in the sky, full of like precipitation, and it still doesn't rain much. The earth hasn't quite healed to like have steady rain and steady sources of water for that to be recycled into rain. And so when this comes down, what happens is, Typha, you just get covered in water, and it is loud, and then it is muddy under your feet as like the ground is just desperate for water and trying to just soak all of this up, and at the same time the topsoil just turns to that glue feeling, like when you have really dry land that gets hit by water. It doesn't turn into like mud, it turns into like this gluish mud.
Wait, I'm sorry. Rewind. Blue?
No, glue. Like, you know when you have like really dry
Glue.
land and it starts like raining, like out in the desert?
I was about to ask if I had turned into a stoat and transported to Dimension 20.
Nope.
Okay. Cool. I guess that's gotta be just. I'm just gonna have to keep going.
Yeah. So go ahead and just roll that
Yeah, there's
decay
still
for
2
me.
successes.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, this is also just what happens. Like,
Yeah.
you make the noise, you make the rain,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, there is no earth without.
Okay. So I'm still getting 4 dice because I'm running.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not great. Okay. So that is 4. Wait. Hold on. These contacts. Yes. Okay. 4 and a 5. This fucking dice keeps rolling a 5 and a 3. So 3 successes.
Okay. So thankfully, like, you don't seem to like get caught up in this mud like as much as you could have, because this is a recipe for disaster, even as well thought out of this plan was, but you managed to kind of run across it. Maybe it's just like that your body's composition or something, but it doesn't seem to like sink right into the mud.
Like Legolas on snow.
You're slipping sliding.
Yeah.
Like grass on ground.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm speed skating across. Cool. Yeah, I'm going. I'm just going. I'm not stopping. Like,
But I mean, this is causing a lot of noise. And Typha, you can kind of see just like around you. Like this whole environment, something about it is so artificial, just so over processed. It should not be a surprise.
it's
Like
just
as you
making
start,
noise.
yeah, like this noise, but also like from like inside of these structures, almost you start to see just that same Ari ick just kind of start to slowly slide out towards you. Then if you're running,
I've gotta go.
and
Gotta
the
go
three of
fast.
you are left behind to try and cover up that noise, to start the noise actually that are bringing all of these things out of the ironwork.
I mean, if I got a storm going on right now, can I send forth lightning and thunder to make a lot more noise?
Where is your spell count at?
Well, didn't we like sleep for 2 days? We traveled for 2 days, so I assume it's the start of a new day, right? It says you get 5 spells each per day.
Yeah, I'm just still wondering where your spell count is for today.
Well, if it's the start of a new day because we traveled for 2 days, then that would have been my first spell, the calling down the rain.
Okay. I mean, I guess. I feel like there has to be a point where it's just a little too overpowered, but
I mean,
as
it's
long as we're all having fun.
I have 2 spells. I can use it 5 times a day. I'm just
Listen,
don't
as
know.
long as it keeps us from dying.
I mean, I have a spell that I don't use very often. It's called Flower's Fury, and it kind of makes me change shape a little bit. Kind of, I don't know, like, so these flowers were called dandelions, and they were supposed to look like something, but I don't know what they're supposed to look like. So she starts to cast Flower's Fury, and her fingers and nails start to take the shape of like claws. Her teeth become elongated, and her hair, which normally kind of it's short, it's a pixie cut, which looks kind of reminiscent of the petals of a dandelion. It starts to kind of grow longer and grow more around her face. She's going to turn into a lion, a dandelion, if you will.
Nice. You can definitely roll for it.
I will roll and I will succeed. I am willing it. That'd be 3d6,
Yes.
right? That would be Bloom.
Yes.
Hey, I got a 6, a 5, and a 2.
Nice. You got any questions
I-
for me?
No, I have no questions. I'm out of questions. Where should I attack first? Rawr.
I don't know if attacking is still the right answer
You know what?
for this.
It's okay. She's not used to fighting, but she's excited to use this spell.
Yeah.
do a mighty distracting roar.
I can roar. Roar.
I said, you guys are making plenty of noise. It's just the 3 of you are kind of left without Typha as like these ashen beasts start to like climb out and slither out from wherever they've been hiding in this city.
So Dandy is going to kind of take up, like she's more like an anthropomorphic lion, so she's not like haunched down, but she's kind of ready. So she's kind of taking what she assumed Typha's lead would be and just stand there in front of the other 2 to like swat at any of them that come up.
Should we run?
I don't know. I thought we're making noise, right? Like if we move,
Oh, maybe we should make noise and move.
we could do that.
Just got to make sure that they don't get to the meadow, because we don't want the shadows to be disrupting the ritual. You know. Like, can we send them on a merry chase?
I don't know. Maybe can you make your storm go around?
I don't know. I've got like 4 spells left on this one, dude. I suppose
Let's see.
Mother Nature will let me.
I said you can roll for it. It's just like I know at some point we're supposed to say it's too overpowered. But like I said, as long as you're having fun,
I don't know. You tell me what I can do, I'll do it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
go for it. Like I said, just let me know.
I don't know. What are we doing?
So how far out are we from the meadow? Do we know that from like the map and everything?
Roughly half a day.
Oh, we still got half
Nice.
a day.
Yeah.
That's what I said about 15 minutes ago. Yes.
Okay, you know what?
Obviously, we didn't process this.
Do you really think Morel's paying attention, dude? Come on. I thought it was just over the next hill.
I thought we were kind of like by there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I thought it
You're
was
on
like
the
on the
last
other
stretch.
side. Yeah, it's like I thought we were on the other. It was like on the other side of the city, and we're
on the
good.
cusp.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I guess if we distracted them to go towards all the noise, we should be going the opposite direction and sneaking away.
We should leave.
We should.
Wait,
We should
yeah.
not be here.
can someone please make noise so that they don't chase me completely?
Well, we've been making noise. We've got them
Yeah.
over there.
Eventually, you have to be out of range.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go. Hopefully they'll think that storm is pretty neat. And
mean,
maybe
they
some of them
seem-
will.
Seem to be like headed in the direction of like the loudest concentration of noise. Can't be sure all of them are. So how are you proceeding?
Let's sneak away. Be really quiet about it.
Do you get bonuses now that you're a stalking predator? Since you're a
don't
lion
know.
now?
I mean,
I don't know.
Do you feel like a
It's-
lion's an expert at sneaky?
I mean, they do hunt.
Well, that gives Sandy a 1d6, extra 1d6
That'd be
for
the-
decay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and roll.
Argue that I'm sneaky from having to sneak up on people to pull pranks.
Okay. The 2d6. Morel got anything?
Am I rolling? Would this be blue?
This would be
Decay?
still decay because it's
Okay.
physical.
Okay. 4 to 2.
I feel like I'll wait till you're done.
Oh, I got a 6 and a 3. So good at sneaking.
Yeah, let me hear everyone's rolls.
Okay, well, not sure what I'm rolling yet. Here's what I was thinking that Morel's gonna do. Like going through this town and trying to sneak away. Can Morel use his scholarly knowledge to find the right paths through this city area where he's making the least amount of sound by choosing the right path?
Sure. Go ahead and you can roll the 2d6 on decay as well.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. Nice.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
Is there any way to keep the shadows away from the meadow so that Typha can get the heart there as quickly as possible?
I mean, keeping them distracted is a good way to keep them off to someone else's trail.
Okay, so we got the storm going, shooting lightning at wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is that you said something about there being like long, tall structures? Could that lightning like be hitting the structures and like making that loud clong sound?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, the noise isn't the problem, it's just keeping it up because
Yeah,
there is still a limit to everything.
sure,
Mm-hmm.
sure. So I'm just want to keep that up as long as I possibly can until Typha gets out of there and gets to the meadow.
So, are you not running then? Are you staying to keep that up?
Oh, well, okay. If I need to do that, then that's what I'll do. Whatever I got to do to keep Typha safe.
Because, like, if you start running eventually, like, you won't be able to, like, be in range to keep that up.
Sure. So then I guess I'll stay for now and wait until
Well, Typhus a pretty quick runner. It's like, how far how far of a lead are we letting her have? I guess.
How far away are we from the meadows? You said half a
Yeah.
day.
Half a day.
And I've been,
Like-
I've been making magic and all that stuff, so
I mean, it depends on how fast you run.
I'm booking it, man.
Like, you might cut down like some hours. The question is just how much of a lead you're trying to give Typha. Because, like, the more you three, you one, whoever is making this noise, the more they're going to converge. And yeah, they might be a distraction, but that also puts three of you at risk more. Or are you wanting to prioritize your safety and give Typha less of a head start?
I feel like Morel is less worried about death. You know, it's just a natural part of things, a natural order. And, you know, from a meta standpoint, technically I can be revived 3 times, so...
Depends
Unless
on
what
if your
happened-
catalyst is
Yeah.
consumed.
You know, bury it underneath some dirt. Just another Morel grows up. Spores, dude, spores. I don't know. That's what I got.
This is the quandary. Are you guys putting yourself at risk for the safety of Typha? Or are you letting Typha have left of a head start in order to keep going?
I would say Dandy would prioritize Typha because they have the better chance, and since they already have the heart, the better chance of getting to the meadow.
Well, I'm not gonna leave you two alone.
Okay, so why don't three of you, if you're staying long enough to cause enough distraction for Typha to get there safe, give me a final bloom roll. I think you're all three prepared for this.
What kind of role is it? Like, would we be considered experts at it as well?
I mean, it's still just distraction. It's just
Okay. Is this Bloom or Decay?
this is going to be bloom because it's not physical distractions. You are having to come up with distractions.
Okay, so that's both of us rolling?
All three of you
Yes.
rolling.
And we're
2
rolling
sixes.
3.
Got a 6 and a 3. Both are over.
I got 4, a 3, and a 2.
Okay. And Morel, do you have any questions?
Could, is it possible to maybe collapse some of these big O structures to like completely block the shadows from advancing any farther?
I mean, you can delay them with that
Could I
because
use
they
that?
still just are going to ooze over them.
Sure. Is that enough of a delay to allow us to also escape?
I mean, you'll get more of a head start than you would have.
So I think that's what Morel would then do is like start using the elements to push up underneath those towers, start collapsing them down, and of course explaining everything to everybody else so they can like start hacking away or pushing or doing whatever to help.
So, Nettle, Dandy, do you follow that or?
Absolutely.
Typha?
Yes.
It's not an easy trek.
No.
You are far ahead of your companion.
Mhm.
You are alone.
I've got the heart with me. I'm not alone.
Yep. But it is something for you to protect.
Mhm.
You are without allies right now. And
Mhm.
yes, the bestial heart is hanging off of you. Long limbs like clasped around like your arm and moves a lot slower than you do and is just kind of hanging on. Doesn't shift forms as much, almost like it can feel the distance closing in,
Mhm.
and it's hard. It's long. You have never had to run this hard for this long, and you are just waiting for that end. And
Mhm.
eventually, the grass underneath your feet goes from that dark brown to yellow to green,
Mhm.
starts to fill in lush around your feet. Foliage starts to finally crop up, trees, and in the distance, so much running. You can see gates, not quite similar from your own hermitage village, but similar enough, and scouts on top of a walkway see you. You hear the noise of voices, excited, happy, and beckoning to you. That last burst of energy as you manage to make it inside of the Yearning Meadow.
Yes. Did it.
Someone in long, like leafed robes asks if you would like to escort the bestial heart to the ritual space.
I think I'll just pat it on the head and go, no, I've got friends to find.
So you let them take the heart from you?
Yeah? Why is that serious or tone? I don't like that
I'm just
tone.
asking.
Okay. I am suspicious. Yeah. As long as I'm not getting any weird vibes, yes, they can have the little small fuzzy creature.
I mean, these are still your people. These are the people of the Second Heralds. Like
Mhm.
they look a little different because they're not from the same place that you are.
Mhm.
The plants that they're made up of are a little different because their nursery is very different.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
But they take the heart with like as much sacred respect as possible. And
Mhm.
what are you doing?
I'm taking a short rest, maybe a healing spell from somebody to heal all of the muscle damage I've just done to myself. And then I'm literally hefting the axe and heading back out. I'm gonna go find my friends.
I mean, thankfully, like as your bid farewell, you think, to this place,
Mm-hmm.
there's this like murmur through the crowd, this energy as like you walk out and you see, because they were only hours, yes, behind you. Your very sodden, pretty damp looking companions like cresting
I
over the horizon.
I go tearing out and I tackle Nettle into a hug, and then I get up and I just kick Morel in the shins. Said, you slowed me
Dude.
down, got me wet.
This aggression will not stand, dude.
You slowed me down. We almost got eaten.
What are you talking about? We survived. Everything is all good.
Gonna
And
push him
when
down.
the scene just pans and you see this absolute destruction behind
I'd say even with destruction, like there was a lot of magic put into that landscape of everything that left behind. So panning away, you want like unseen to this group is like little grass sprouts popping up in the beginning of like vines on these structures and one very random little lake that is now going to have to be drawn on the map.
I'm fired, dude. That took a lot out of me.
And
shove you down into the mud.
the gates to the Yearning Meadows are still open.
Well, let's
Did they do the thing already?
Oh, I don't know. I was coming to look for you guys.
Nah, I'm sure it's fine, dude. They
Well,
got it covered.
Do we want to go lay down first? Because I'm
I
very
think I'm gonna
tired.
go lay down.
Hey, did I ever tell you the time I found this really great carpet of grass that was just
I don't
super
care, Morel.
soft and hey, as you're saying, I don't care, you're just gonna pop a mushroom into your mouth.
I will say, like, at this point, this has probably been mostly happening during the late night, early hours, like before dawn. Like, the sky is just kind of like starting to turn that like pinkish purple before the sun really crests over. And as the four of you walk back into the Yearning Meadows Hermitage, one of the more elder figures does pull you aside, Typha. Your friends, did you want to observe the ritual?
I want to go to bed. I ran for like 6 hours.
That's fair. But if any of you did want to, it does happen at dawnbreak.
You know, take Morel.
What?
They're gonna show you cool magic. Go.
Dude, you see this rock over here? It's like really shiny, dude.
Morel, did you want to observe the ritual?
What?
Yeah, did you want to observe? Like, did any of you want to observe the ritual?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I think Dandy would have wanted to, but she's over there sleeping on the ground. She just kind of found a spot and curled up and fell asleep.
Is she
Fair.
still a lion?
Collapses on top of Typha.
Yeah.
She probably still has residual lioness, like it's starting to fade, like the mane is starting, like her hair's still kind of longer and shaggy, but like it's not all around her face. The nails are still long, but they're not like claws anymore. So it's starting to fade as she's passed out now.
Fair. As the three of you take your well-deserved rest, Morel, you are led to a circle of other druids. What looks to be like their high leader brings in the bestial heart, which is maybe, but brings in the bestial heart, which is currently in like a long brown form with like little paws and a long tail, and like it's glowing a brighter green as it's brought to like the base of this tree. It's not the Great Mother, but it seems maybe an offshoot of her, a way that she connects with the other hermitages. And they place the bestial heart at the base of the tree, and this humming sort of chanting begins. And as like dawn starts to crest over the horizon, the light around the heart just kind of grows. And you tell me what animal is left behind that is brought back into this world.
Kitty. Why not? We'll call it, since my cat just ran off, it's going to be a Lilac Point Siamese. Just like mine.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, the light kind of fades, and in its place is this little tan and fluffy cat, like the little seal point, lilac point on its snout, and it just kind of stretches up and just kind of goes out into the meadows where all of the other animals are before they find a way to kind of revitalize their species. This is where they're safe at. This is where they'll be taken care of at, and this is one more animal that has a chance in this new world.
As it's walking away, Morel will just nod over to any other druids and go, "At least I'm housebroken, dude."
They just kind of take a look at you and really confused. Please don't break our houses.
Morel just kind of looks at them and goes, "Nah, dude. Nah. Hey, you want some mushrooms?"
And before that drug deal takes place, I feel like that might be a good place to end the story of Decay and Bloom.
Yay.
Yay.
We did it.
Yay.
We saved
Woo.
cats
Yeah.
You brought cats back into the world.
for
It's
good
great.
or bad.
Hey, the rest of you
Honestly-
decided not to show up to the ritual.
What honestly
wanted
though,
to
what
go
better
bad.
to hunt sapient ooze monsters if not cats?
It's true.
You got a cuddle puddle, I got a cat.
One of those is gonna win.
And we don't know which one it is. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and thank you to the amazing cast. If you like what we do, you can join our Discord at the button in the description. It's where we post our monthly casting calls, schedules, and where we just generally hang out and be giant nerds. We'd love for you to come hang out and roll some dice with us. So once more, tonight has been a night for charity, and we have raised, as of the end of this session, $70 out of our $500 goal.
Getting
Which,
there.
if I'm right, is like 15-ish%, which is really amazing for the first night.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
have an entire week to follow. Just a reminder for anyone, every $10 donated to either Reworld or PCRF through our Tiltify will enter you for a chance to win one of our amazing giveaway prizes. And of course, if not tonight, always tomorrow night, where Kian's going to be playing the game. Let me find it.
Oh, what was it?
Eldritch Chickens. Yeah.
What?
Which I don't know much about, but I can only assume it's crazy.
The official title is "Something is Wrong with the Chickens."
Yes, something is
Sounds
wrong with the
amazing.
chickens. I can only imagine what, and based on who I know is in that cast, I can only imagine what.
Everything is wrong with those chickens.
So I'd like to go around and give everyone a chance to tell the people who you are and where they can find you. We're going to go ahead in that same order we went in, which I'm pretty sure we started with Matt
Yeah.
4 hours ago.
Why
Yeah.
not? Well, hi, I'm Matt. Matthew R. Dawson's my name. Scruffy Wanderer on the socials and the all of that stuff. You can find me every Monday and Wednesday on my channel, Random Rhapsody, where I put on a lot of different campaigns. We have 4 of them currently: a Curse of Strahd campaign, a Pathfinder 2e campaign, a Sagas campaign, and a Magi Knights Awakening campaign. So come check us out sometime.
Next was Karish or Cass. Cass.
Me. It was me. I'm gonna speed run this because the only night I'm not playing a TTRPG this week is Tuesday, but only some of those are streamed. Okay, so tomorrow night I will be over on Queen's Gate Chronicles, playing Queen's Gate Chronicles, which is our buddy Sin's campaign. It's a horror game. I'm gonna kill a dragon queen. It's gonna happen. And then I will be back here on Wednesday for Heavy Metal Thunder Mouse. We are going to be a biker gang. I am playing Rick Okada, riding the bike Amun Ra, because I saw the opportunity to be a sexy Rick O'Connell mouse, and I took it. And then I will be over on Live from the Apocalypse on Thursday, playing our buddy JD's Powered by the Apocalypse System Redacted, more psychological horror. Everybody's haunted. We got ghosts in our brains. It's fine. And then I will be not streaming for a couple days, and then back on your screens on Sunday over on Singularity Roleplay, playing fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse, our City of Mist campaign. My character just got put into a coma by the Ice Queen. I'm fine. It's fine. Nothing could go wrong with that. And then, yeah, I'm not going to do the rest of March because that's too much. So moving on to Greece.
Karish.
Hello. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat where I'm like, oh, I think the only day I don't have TTRPG stuff is on Wednesday and maybe Friday. No, it's a Friday. Never mind, I lied.
Yeah.
So hi, I'm Shiloh, also known online as Karish. All the socials are either Karish or Karish Valendar. Tomorrow I'm doing a recording for something that'll come out on YouTube later. Tuesday I'm also doing a YouTube recording. Wednesday you can't see me anywhere. But I will be back here Thursday for a Pathfinder 2e game. I'm playing a Gripply Gunslinger. Pew pew pew. That is run by, oh dear lord, somebody. I swear I know what I'm doing half the time. Who's running that game? Steve's running it. And it's gonna be taking place in the Great Lakes with creepy horror fun stuff, so excited for that. And then Friday I'm also right back here playing Dogs in the Bark, where we're all playing very good heckin' good doggos, and that is run by Sin, and I am playing a Boar's Eye dog, which is one of the dogs with the super long noses. Yeah, it's, and then I have a recording Sunday, so or Saturday. Yeah, that's my week. So mostly here, just keeps me here. It's fine.
And last but not least, Wraith. Tell us where we can find you.
Yes. You can mainly find me on Exquisite Corpse Presents. I'm cast and crew over there. Every other Saturday. This upcoming Saturday is an on week for us, is Sister Cities. It's a 5e homebrew where the government has banned art and we are fighting them about that. We're currently in a video game. It's fine. Sundays are Naissance, which is a Arthurian legend themed Thirsty Sword lesbian campaign. We are currently in our 3rd season on actually both of those, where I play a mirror person who's technically a god, kind of a god, sort of a princess, kind of a god. It's complicated. Other than that, I think the only thing I have on the docket right now is I'm in at least one, potentially more games over on Tales from the Table Studios for their Gaza charity. I think my official game is on the 12th. But also you should just go watch all of them because they're all for a great cause. So if you want to figure out which one I'm in, just go watch all of them.
And I have been your GM tonight, your Mother Nature for tonight, Alice. Find me again at everywhere online at Alice Hart. Or if the adult filmmaker has stolen that title from me, it will be Hellion Hart, which is spelled in the description beneath my face. You can find me next on Saturdays right now for Lost Caravan. We have a few more episodes of our Old Gods of Appalachia campaign, Dark Baptism, that are coming out straight to YouTube, so be on the lookout for that. Then starting Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Girls Run These Worlds, I am going to be playing a game that is titled All Templars Are Bastards. It is a Dragon Age game set a little bit after Dragon Age 2, where we play a fun little organization that is sneaking lyrium into mages. Though on this coming Sunday, on the 9th, this Saturday. I am bad with dates. I will be joining Sir Heckalot, who is GMing Monster Care Squad. Heck is also one of the people behind this entire charity week. So if not for me, then for them. Tune in while we try and take care of monsters. I am playing a disaster lesbian. And then for later in the month, you can find me back here on Lost Caravan on the 16th, playing Pathfinder, the 31st, playing Honey Heist, and I will actually be joining Tales from the Table on their Gaza project with the official name, Project Hope, Gaza Crisis Fund. I will be running a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians over on the 19th. And I think Wraith is actually going to be joining me for that one too, possibly.
If you're not sick of me, absolutely.
I love you, and that is not a lie. And I love everyone at this table. Thank you for joining me, guys, so much. This was so fun to run. So glad we could raise a little bit of money for charity. And thank you, everyone, for watching. We will be rating as soon as it loads.
Insomnia Night
Yep.
RPG.
Insomnia Night RPG. So thank you guys once again. Hope to see you the rest of this week. If not to just watch some cool games, then to raise money for animals and children. Night.
Night.